Hello. Hello. God, I was really close to the mic. Turn my gain down. Hello. Hi everyone. So nice to see some new faces. Test. I see it. Hello. Yes, you may have noticed, some people have beholders. That's the boss, guys. That's the 1 year, it's been 1 year of streaming on Twitch for me, which is really, really super exciting.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited. How is everyone? I will tell you right now, my day has been pretty boring because it's only 4:30. But I have learned that the neighbor, so we have a bunch of neighborhood kids that live in our apartment complex. Really sweet kids, kind of stupid. I mean, they do stupid kid stuff. One time I had to convince a kid to not jump off of a second story balcony and he wanted to jump off of it and grab onto a tree. And then I told him, the way that I got him to not do it is I told him that he was a big kid and that because the branches were in the way, the branches would stop him. And then he was a big kid, so the branches wouldn't hold him, so he would fall. And I shit you not, this guy goes, "I'm a big kid? I'm only 9." And I'm like, "No, you are a big kid. Yes, you're a big kid.
Aww.
You're gonna fall." He's like, "Okay." And then he like ran over to his friends. He's like, "Guys, I'm a big kid."
I wish somebody would tell me I'm a big kid.
You're a big kid, Justin.
You are a big kid.
See, I feel like it doesn't have the impact. If I say it, then you follow. You gotta, when I least expect it.
So, but the reason why the kids know me is because of my dog. My dog is 14. He is very much a people person now since he's older, and he loves kids because kids aren't scary. And so the kids and all the kids here, I'm shocked. All of them completely good, like dog manners on point. And so they all know who Pepper is. They have no idea what my name is. I learned this today. They have no idea what my name is. They just know
Pepper
I'm
and Blue Lady.
I'm the blue-haired lady. I'm the blue-haired lady. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is now the blue-haired lady. And that's my funny story, is that these children literally do not know who I am, but they know who Pepper is. But the reason why I found this out is because I walked to the post office to go to my P.O. box to get a butt ton of chocolate, and I went to the P.O. box, and then whenever I came back, they said, "Hey, it's the blue-haired lady. Where's Pepper?" And I was like, "What the fuck? I'm Alex." And it was really funny. It was really, really funny.
More than my dog.
So how is everyone else? Has anyone done anything? Justin, I saw that your Kickstarter is halfway. Is it? What is it now? I just saw it whenever it got halfway.
I think.
Woo! That's extremely exciting.
We're super excited. Yeah, it's fantastic. I just did an interview for another YouTuber last night, so it's exciting. We're getting there slowly but surely.
Nice.
I can't spell it. I can't spell Crit Academy. Well, I hope that my TikTok that I put out helps, because
Yes.
I legitimately, like, when you explained this to me, I was like, I can't. This is actually like genius. So it actually got views. It didn't get like extremely suppressed. So that's really good.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad, because I'm having the opposite.
You're suppressed right now?
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, I haven't. Ugh.
You make
bad.
one Jesus joke, and all of a sudden, you can't post. My last
gosh.
TikTok was clever, and it got taken down for 30 minutes for hate speech and whatever the other one was, because I made a joke about Jesus, sort of.
Wow.
Sad.
That's so funny. On
It
Wednesday,
was
I
the
ran a
fastest
game.
appeal I've ever had.
I ran a game for the kids, and they were slaying zombies. And we were at the church, and we were getting ready to leave, and they're like, "Yeah, nothing like slaying zombies." And I kind of look, and I was like, "Technically, isn't Jesus a zombie?" Because he rose from the dead later. I was like, perfectly appropriate.
I will let you know though that
And
according
that's how we got demonetized.
So
You see what happened, sir, was...
Luckily, we never were monetized, so we don't have to play by the rules.
Joke's on you. He gets offensive.
I will say for everyone
That'll learn
watching.
Culture.
I will say for everyone watching, I forgot to go live. I will say for everyone watching and just everyone here that is a TikTok creator, or if you are a TikTok creator watching, or maybe you're watching this on the YouTube, according to my sources, because I'm in a couple of Facebook groups. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups that are about TikTok and like TikTok people. Apparently TikTok is aware that their AI has just gone rogue. A really good example that somebody said in the group is that they got banned for 3 months. They couldn't get their account back. They got banned for 3 months and nobody would answer them. And whenever they got unbanned, they were told that they got banned because they had said in their bio that they were too young to do TikTok. They said that they had 11 years of experience, and the bot took it as 11 years old and banned them, and they couldn't get contact with anyone.
That is
Do you need
nuts.
to see my surprised face, or are you good?
No.
Yeah.
So like I'm just saying like. For everyone who does TikTok, and for everyone here that participates in TikTok, please go and support your favorite content creators on other platforms besides TikTok.
Yes.
Because the AI has actually legitimately gone rogue. It's insane. Does anyone else have anything interesting that they're doing? Actually, do you want to talk about PAX?
So I'm going to be at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia, 10th, 11th, 12th, December 10th, 11th, and 12th. I got my confirmation this morning that I am going to be there. I'm not on the schedule or anything, but I am going to be there the whole time. I'm going to be live streaming for a bunch of it. I'm just going to be wandering around and hanging out for a bunch of it. I'm going to be running a couple of D&D games while I'm there in the free play, open play area, where people will get to hang out with me, and I will be running a game kind of as Harry, because the players are going to be part of a mage team that Harry dispatches to a problem that he can't fix over the phone. Because mage stands for Mobile Arcane Guidance Emergency, by the way, because...
Nice.
Because I'm a slut for a good acronym.
Love that.
So, but anyway, so that is my plan for PAX Unplugged. I've been playtesting the module with a couple of people. It's going pretty well. It's a pretty nice self-contained little thing. It's like a fifth level module, and maybe after the con, maybe I'll run it online for some people.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Dude, I really want. Like, if the plane tickets were not stupid expensive, I would absolutely go.
Well, I live 20 minutes from the city, so I could at least put you up.
Yeah, I know you would put me up. And then for me, I got a pass to Emerald City Comic-Con, which is in Seattle. I'm super duper excited. I want to be recognized so desperately. I want to I don't know what it is. Like, I just want someone to be like, oh my God, are you Alex Baum? And I'm like, yes. Like, I don't know why this is a thing in my brain, but like, I sincerely want to do it. And also,
there's something that occurs, that there's something deep in you that opens when that happens.
Yeah.
That you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm really. Have you been recognized?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was once, and it really got me right here, and that's something you're gonna love. I can't wait for it to happen to you.
I'm so excited. And fucking this guy, Lion, will actually be with me at the Comic-Con. It's not just a comic convention. It's like a comic, game, and anime convention. It's just nerds. It's just all around. And like at first I was like, like I don't know if they really do like games. No, they do. No. It's a nerd. So whenever they take all of the stuff at an anime convention and just like lump it together, I call it a nerdgasm convention because like nerds, it's just everything nerds love.
That's not inaccurate.
And it's
true.
not.
He's right, you know.
You are suddenly quiet. Which is funny because you're normally loud.
Besides,
Hello.
gotta switch it up some days.
Keeping them on their toes.
Well, if I have to turn you down in the middle of the game, I'm going to. Let's see. Does anyone else have anything interesting? Jesus was a JoJo. Jesus was a JoJo. This is like literally factually true. Jesus was a JoJo.
Oh yeah.
It is factually accurate.
So, Jesus, his actual name was Yeshua, which the modern telling would be Joshua. Would be you say that actually like would you say that? So he would have been introduced himself as Jesus, son of Joseph. I'm saying he would be Joshua, son of Joseph. There go. His name
JoJo.
does have JoJo in it.
It's amazing.
Ergo, as a person with
All right.
supernatural abilities that can't be explained, Jesus was a JoJo.
Jesus was a JoJo.
Well,
I came here for the first
No,
time
I
because
want
your request on
JoJo.
TikTok. Thank you so much. Dom, are you live as well?
Yes,
Okay.
I am on the talk.
Well, I don't know if Potty Mouth is from you or from me, but thank you, Potty Mouth.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Came here
either.
for the first time because your request on TikTok. Oh, all right. Either way.
You used my catchphrase. Oh my. I'm
Are
here.
you live?
I'm not. I've not been live yet on the TikTok.
Wait, you haven't gone live on TikTok at all?
I've never done it.
That's actually interesting. All right, so do you guys wish to get started?
or
Yes.
do we want to keep talking about Jesus for another 30 minutes?
I
And
say
just really bump this
So
stream up to party mode.
JoJo.
let us get cooking.
We have some things that we're in the middle of.
Yeah.
You do.
We have some urgent matters to attend to.
We are in need of a rest that we will not find, for we are in the home of vengeance.
Why don't we switch
that's
over
a thing.
here and have a little conversation, have a little remembrance of what are all the things that need to be done. So currently our adventurers are in the domain, which is a place where a god has touched the earth, of Kadaidios, the goddess of revenge. Once upon a time, Kadaidios used to be Umbra Daituis, the god of death and revenge. But they, I should say, nearly destroyed the universe. So they were split into two, the goddess of death the god of death and the goddess of revenge, and thus thrown to separate sides of the universe and never to coexist once again. Now, our lovely adventurers seem to have found their way into a precarious little situation. They have been tasked with giving a turtle, or a tortoise, a sulcata tortoise, which is a gift from the god of death to the god of revenge by going into her domain and giving it into the pool in her domain. Now, a couple of little things along the way happened, and now suddenly we need a hag's eyeball in order to feed it to a nilbog, which is a cursed goblin, so that the curse leaves the goblin, so that the nilbog will leave the town of Yao alone. Just so happened, thanks to your votes on Twitter, if someone could post the Twitter in chat, and it will also be the link in the bio for YouTube. Thanks to your votes on Twitter, they just happened to get luck out. You just happened to luck out, and the hag that they needed to kill was in the domain of Kadaidios. Now, this begs a very interesting question, because They have what they need now. They're in the domain of Kadidios. They don't quite need to get the eyeball, to cook it, to feed it to the Nilbog, to remove the curse, and free Yao from the travesty that is a Nilbog infestation. But are they going to do that, or are they just going to, leave? Who knows? This group is a very chaotic group. So,
Quite the tea party.
So, right now they have ventured into the lair, into the domain of Kadidios, have vanquished our said hag in a extraordinarily I am still floored by that fight. Like, to this day, like, I think of that fight and I'm like, it was beautiful. It was magical. It was horrible. It was chaotic. It was crazy, and it was beautiful. It was just a beautiful, beautiful fight. And I even told people in Discord and in my Twitch chat, like, even if you're not watching the show, even if the show's not really your thing, like D&D shows aren't really your thing, you should absolutely watch this fight because it will inspire you. It is an inspiring fight.
It was fun.
It was a good
It
fight.
was very
It
fun.
was chaos and
Yeah.
near catastrophe.
It was going real bad until it wasn't.
Exactly.
Everybody
now-
had a moment where they shined.
They did, yes. And now that the chaos and bloodshed is over, our lovely adventurers attempted to take a rest, but quickly realized that Kadidios was going to take this from you. She was going to take the ability to rest from you, and what are you going to do about it? Seek revenge? Feed her?
Leave.
Leave the turtle
Can't
and
leave yet.
get the hell out of Dodge.
We have to drop a present off first. Then we can leave.
Then we can leave.
They'll figure out how to.
Because I don't want to have to come back here.
Yes.
Nah,
That's the thing.
that
So-
goddess is hot and all, but nah, I'm good.
But nah.
Max, would you mind dropping how to spell Kadidios and or Tuis in chat, please?
Yeah, those are weird ones.
Yeah, they are weird. You can also blame Max. If I named everything, okay, this is true. This is a side, but this is true. If I named everything in this game, everything would be named Doug. I'm very bad at names. I'm terrible at names.
The god of vengeance.
Doug.
Hail Doug.
All of the gods are
Yeah.
named Doug. So yeah, no, Max came up with the name. So Max gets to tell you how to spell them. Also, I don't know how to spell them. Because Max came up with them.
I think I have them in our document.
But
Because I'm crazy.
as we see, currently in the room, this is the room that the hag once lived in. There is a rune on the floor, which we have discovered was, it was a teleport. It was a weird rune teleportation, like rune that teleported you into the dream plane, and so you would get to invade the dreams of the children, which is what she was doing. She was torturing the children and invading their dreams. And then there is
But it
a
was mysteriously smashed, right? Like it was destroyed.
yeah, it's all broken up right now. And then there is an urn. This urn currently has centipedes in it. Actually, I believe the
down.
centipedes would be dead. But again, the fight was very interesting, and the centipedes went in the urn. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this. If the centipedes, I just wanna do a quickie. If the centipedes were to drop you to 0 hit points, you would have been paralyzed. And even if you came back, you would not have been unparalyzed.
Well,
Brick knew this thing. This is why he locked him inside the giant face.
Yeah.
And this is proof that secretly Brick is big brain. Okay. And then the very
like an
interesting.
accidental genius.
I know. Then there are some books that are just scattered and disgusting in the corner. And then in the center, there is a huge mushroom. That's what this thing is. It is a huge mushroom. And whenever they ate it, it tasted like curry. Like the most delicious, flavorful curry you have ever eaten.
Droom curry.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you guys like to do?
So we're for clarification, I know we don't get a long rest. We can't get a short rest either. Is that correct?
What now?
I know we couldn't get a long rest. Does that mean we also can't get a short rest?
You can get a short rest. You cannot get a long rest.
So,
Desperately need that.
I was gonna say during this short rest, as we're kind of recouping from the situation, Brick says, "I serve you all a delicious meal today," and he starts taking chunks off the mushroom, and is gonna make a stew and use his chef feature that'll let him let people heal extra hit points.
Okay.
Which
Nice.
says you get an extra D6, I believe. Okay, so you compare enough of this special food for a number of creatures equal to 4 that I can do the whole party, plus a 1d8 extra hit points on top of whatever you spend to regain hit points. Which I think
We basically just get an extra D8 of like hit die.
Yes.
That's good because I need it.
You need some hit die.
There you do.
Yeah.
And he starts serving it as
I don't know what your big problem is. It's
Instead
fine.
of doing a stew, though, he cuts them up into thin layers and basically starts tossing in some like hobgoblin meat and some stuff, and makes a mushroom sandwich, basically using the mushroom as the bread.
That's amazing.
Oh.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a portobello sandwich.
Yep.
Where like
Yeah.
the portobello is the bread.
That hobgoblin meat.
Oh.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to roll. Just roll.
Slash
a die
roll.
in the chat. There we go. How do I make it the right?
Slash roll 1d8.
Die?
Actually, isn't he a wizard? So it'd be D6.
While we are rolling, I do just want to remind the chat that there is a poll currently going on. It is the roll call poll. If you would like to, I changed it a little bit. Instead of you working against them, if you get enough black flames, it is going to be a greater risk for a greater reward. So you're actually helping them because it's going to be a big reward. So if you would like to do the roll call, if you are watching on YouTube and as everyone's, rolling hit die, if you're watching on YouTube, all what you have to do to be part of the roll call is comment below whatever you want. You can even comment mushrooms. I don't care. What did we get? Are we all healed up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good to go now.
Yeah, I was solid.
Perfect.
I'm not.
Nice.
Whoa. Fancy,
I don't-
you weren't down to 6 hit points.
I
Nice.
Oh, I forgot that I got
so-
happy so low.
I got swarmed.
Yeah,
I
more
got
than once.
Close to a swarm and it got
I
me.
kind of targeted you a little bit.
Fair enough. I learned not to get too close to all the shit.
What were you gonna say, Dak?
Oh, I was gonna say, Dak was at only lost 7 HP in that fight, so Dak was sitting pretty. Also, short rests are a monk's best friend.
yes.
Very true.
All right. And as you get a short rest off, please, what would you like to do, my friends?
Do we know how we need to deliver soup?
Quickly.
I'm asking about the
I-
procedure, not the expedience.
So what you do know is that you have to deliver soup to the center of the domain. Besides that, you weren't really given any instruction. Sathrin might know, or you can roll like maybe a religion check.
I am
Do we know how-
concerned.
Do we know how big this area is? So we got to get this tortoise to the center of this place, but we're not going to be able to rest the whole time we're here. If this is going to take like 4 days, we're going to be so exhausted, we're going to die. So, do we have a plan? Because I have next to no spells left.
Make a religion check.
Ooh, me? That's not good.
That's
make
a
one as
14 for the
well.
hit die.
That's terrible. There you go. Play good.
With a 12, you at least know
yeah,
that
terrible.
typically domains are not really that big. Like typically domains don't take up a ridiculous amount of space. Because they were only allowed to touch they were only allowed to so small.
Confined.
Yeah.
It's not like a
What?
kingdom. It's not like a kingdom or a continent country.
Right,
It's a
No.
town.
Probably smaller than a town, I would
Smaller than
say.
that, probably.
It's probably like the size of, I mean, you would at least know that it was smaller than the size of a town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Well,
with
let's-
those rolls, I can't give you more.
Yeah, I get you.
No, that's fine. Well, we know that this was the only way left to go, other than that altar with swords above it, yes?
I was gonna ask, how is Chiron particularly keen on making his way through this tunnel? Or otherwise, I think Brooke is gonna kind of just start pushing through and just investigating.
Yep, and Brick will be right behind you after he cleans up his cooking tools and silverware and stuff. He doesn't have any like soap or anything, so he's just licking all the utensils clean.
While we're
Yeah.
resting, I'm also gonna recast Find Familiar and pull Leopold back from the darkness, so that I have my bat back.
Mm-hmm.
He likes the darkness.
Did you
I
see
know,
what I
he's having
sent
a
you
party.
about?
Born in it, more.
Did you
Oh my god.
did you see what I sent you
Nice.
about Leopold being a tattoo? Like,
Oh yeah, I got so caught up with the driving between here and Kennewick, I completely forgot. We can chat.
Mhm.
That's my bad for not really following through on that with you.
yeah, so as you venture a little bit farther into this little cavern shaft, you see that there are two ways to go. There is a north and a south. And I can't figure out where your line of sight stops.
On the map, I can see both routes to the point that they then connect further down the hole.
Well, I clearly didn't make that big enough. All right. Noted. Noted.
Well, and some of us can see very far.
Oh yeah, that's right.
My dark
Some
vision's
of us
120.
can't see far at
And
all.
mine isn't even turned up this far on roll 20, but Badru and Chiron are like, darkness? What darkness? What are you talking
Darkness, yeah.
Mhm.
between the two of us?
I think Brooke is just like
Because
bumping
yours is
into
what?
walls.
Mine's 120. Is yours 300?
Mine's 300, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
you.
Twilight cleric life.
I don't know that I can see 300 feet in daylight.
I don't know if I can see under 300 feet in real life. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
really
what I was
trying
I
to
was gonna say,
think
I don't
now.
think I can see that now. I'm just gonna perch Leopold on my hat and have him just kind of hanging there, and then I'm gonna look through his eyes while I'm walking.
Okay.
Yeah, the bat cam.
Got
Nice.
Bat
night
cam.
vision.
Nah, you could just have him flying slightly behind you, so you're playing
Third
live in third person.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's even better.
You're gonna play in third person.
That's
Nice.
With just
Alright.
a little lag, so every once in a while I just like stumble.
So, when you reach this little Y that comes back together, something about the domain changes. You see that above you, along the roof, there are now thousands of crystals that line the roof, leading you deeper in.
Are they
And-
a particular kind of crystal? I'm sorry, I did not. mean to
You're
stop
not.
reading.
Oh no, you're okay. And you don't necessarily know what kind of crystal they are. You know that they are some purpley, hazy color of some quartz, maybe an amethyst or something. But they, like the geodes. How there's just those crystals just that's what it looks like. It looks like it looks like the entirety of it is an amethyst geode. And you can almost swear that you can see light pulsing down the cave, deeper in. But it's
Like,
so
through
faint.
the crystals, like.
Yeah, like through the crystals, it's so faint. You're not sure, but you're like, I think it's telling us to go that way.
Can
My
I
friends.
stone cunning this?
Is any
Ooh.
that?
Wait, okay. Read to me the ability again.
Whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you are considered proficient in the history skill and add W proficiency modifier check instead of your normal bonus.
Nice.
I guess gemstones would be stone, wouldn't they?
If they're
Technically.
stone work would be.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
bricks and
trying to
stuff.
think. I would say
Are
that
they like manufactured looking or are they natural?
no, they're
Oh.
natural. I mean, you can make a history check to see if you know what these are, but I wouldn't add your. It actually would be a religion check to know what these are, but I wouldn't add your stone because I think stone is more like mason work.
Okay.
Yeah, so with an 18, you would definitely
nice.
know, and I love this. I would imagine that, like, your father has talked about these before. So in this world, there are crystals of pure good, and then crystals of pure evil. And the way that these crystals are made is normally whenever a tragedy... What happened?
No, just Happy's like,
Yeah,
guys, like,
Could
the
there-
crystals
there-
are- oh, shit.
I've got a preference for what these could be.
Sorry, it was just,
Crystals
that
of
reaction got me.
pure evil, and they are opposites of one another. And one, basically how they are made is whenever a large entity of life dies, like say there is a war between paladins and necromancers, right? If the majority of the casualties are on the necromancer side, then the gods take that energy and produce pure evil crystals. If more paladins die, the good gods take that energy and produce that has just died and extinguished, and to keep it in the world and keep the world balanced, they make crystals of pure good.
Do we know which these are?
Those are crystals of pure evil.
Oh, great.
Knew it.
And
Knew it.
also, you would know by an 18 that the ancient Genasi technology that the people now use, the herd of Steady Step now uses, is powered by putting a crystal of pure good north-facing and a crystal of pure evil directly next to it south-facing. And they hate each other so much that they pulse out their energy, trying to take one another out of existence, and they essentially become batteries.
How big are these crystals that we're seeing?
They're not entirely big. They're not huge. They're not the ones that, are used to power things, but they are.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm just gonna
Yeah, it's hard stuck. It's stuck like, a stone would be stuck to other stone.
Can Brick taste it?
How high is the ceiling?
I don't know if you're tall enough. How tall are you?
I'm very tall. I don't know
If I
if
got on Brick's shoulders, could we reach the crystals?
Probably.
Wait, Brooke's the
Yeah,
strongest. If
I'd
we
say
put
that.
Brooke on our shoulders,
Yes,
Oh, hella.
I can say Brooke could go on Brick's shoulders. Jesus. Brooke could go on Brick's shoulders and get to the crystals.
all right, Brooke, hear me out. Out of scientific curiosity, I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough to pull these crystals out. But I
have an
really,
idea.
really want.
Do we think this
So
is
bad.
advisable?
I would not think that this is this. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Hey, here's a
Your
cool
Jack's
idea.
idea.
Let's grab and touch the evil rocks. This
Yes.
feels like something we explicitly shouldn't do.
It was like a time bandit moment, but Dak, how do you think we should get them down?
I think we should not eat the evil crystals that I legitimately thought my dad made up as a bedtime story until literally just now.
All right, I won't eat them. I just really want one. That's fine. We don't have to back.
you know that they're here, so we can
That's
just
true.
always come back.
Yeah, can we get it on the way out?
I'm gonna pick up a rock and just kind of like.
Oh my god, he is still trying. He is
Yeah,
still-
you take the rock
I
and
believe.
you toss it up into there, and they do not seem loose or, you're probably going to have to use some sort of tool in order to dislodge one of them from the rest of the structure.
Fireball it is.
Saithrin,
A problem for
by
another
chance.
time.
These
I'm just
things, will they explode when he explodes them? I do not
I'm
like
not-
to
I'm
think
not-
where that's going.
As we continue to walk, I'm going to see if I can ask Saithrin a question.
Saithrin says, I wonder if this is where the great war between the giants and the elves ended up. So many giants died that day.
That is certainly possible. It would be a bad idea to try to take one of those crystals, right?
I agree.
It would be a bad idea if you tried to take one without the proper equipment. If you simply used a pickaxe, you would most likely become cursed with the souls that are in the crystal. They would become upset with
the
you.
proper equipment be?
But
Are these? But, guys,
That's so fucking cool. Sorry.
go ahead, Jack.
hey guys, are these actually so? Like, these exist, right? Because a whole bunch of evil things died.
Giants, I believe.
Giants. Okay, evil giants.
Yes,
Yeah.
according to Saithrin, there may have been an elf-giant conflict that happened near here. Many giants died that day, and if we attempt to remove any of the crystals without proper accoutrement, we may end up cursed by the souls that are powering or are being kind of we're crystallized.
Good to know.
This feels
Thank
like
you
less
for
and
that,
less of a good
Saithrin.
idea.
Oh, I think it might be worth coming back later with the proper equipment. It could be quite lucrative if we survive this.
I do not think that is a good idea.
Again, later.
If
Tennis.
Bruce doesn't think it's a good idea.
Something that goes wrong, we could be buried alive.
Who are you and what have you done to Brick?
Pebble. in my pocket, and we can keep going. I'm sorry, I
Did
distracted
you
us
not
so
hear
much
him
here.
talk about cursed stones?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I imagine that you would have wanted to maybe use it as some kind of seasoning.
I would have, until I found out there's spirits inside. You don't mess
Spicy
with
spirits.
spirits, my friends. Very, very bad. That's
I
what
knew
you
you
We'll
had a
eat
good head
a
on your
living
foot.
hobgoblin. Doesn't mess with spirits.
Okay, so I have two thoughts. One, so do the gods do this to ensure that's actually always balance in the world? Because when like evil things dies, there's less evil in it. So they make something that radiates pure evil, so the balance of good and evil never actually changes.
That would be my supposition.
Second, how explosive do these crystals get when put next to each other?
Oh, do we really want to find out?
Well, we don't have
So-
a crystal of pure
so
good
badly.
to test that with.
Actually,
I'm just saying.
It just so
Fuck me, I
happened.
need to
All right,
add
we
something
can
to my
come back-
character sheet. Hold on.
we can come back to the crystal later. Fireball them
That's
off
fair.
the ceiling.
I think it's very good that we are aware of their existence.
I think actually I know a guy who'd be very interested in this.
Excellent.
He's right here.
He's
These are my crystals.
His name is
guy.
Mordecai.
All right, we can keep walking.
As you venture down a little bit deeper, you see that these crystals continue around the corner until you get about to where Brooke is right now. And then
I'm not-
they become enormous. Suddenly, all at once, just for about 15 feet, these crystals are now simply like a foot long and a good like 5 inches in diameter, or I don't know. I have to look at my tattoo. Probably like 4 inches in I do it by my tattoo. 4 inches in diameter, something like around there, and they are an incredibly deep purple color.
That's quite pretty, actually.
Can you imagine this as a weapon? Oh my god, sorry.
And she goes, I know a pretty few who would pay a quite high price for those particular crystals.
Who says
Who's
that?
wearing Sathrin right now?
Sathrin.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Who said that? What the fuck?
Sathrin said that.
There's, all of a sudden, Kadidios is behind us. No,
So these aren't the same ones that were on with the
no,
spirits,
they're just
right?
bigger. No, these are those, just bigger.
This is bad, I think.
Oh, see.
It's so far down that they are actually like hitting your head. Like you have to kind of, the tall people have to kind of.
My head?
No, the half word. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
keep in mind.
Brooke, you should break one of these off. It just hit me.
Keep the horns down.
I do not think that's a good idea.
No,
Awesome.
that is
Sathrin, I would
terrible
love to have more of a conversation about who might find these valuable at another time.
Valuable?
Yes.
Well, they might all be dead. I'm not sure. The elf might still be alive.
Is there an elf in particular?
There is an elf in particular, an elf merchant.
Hmm.
He dealt in oddities and peculiarities.
Don't we know a merchant that does similar things, I think? What is and he just keeps trying to figure out, remember the guy's names. He goes, oh, little man. Goblin dude.
Oh,
Tannis?
right, yes. Tannis. Master Tannis.
He may find interesting
I don't
object
think-
too, I think.
I'm
don't
not
think
sure
it-
he could afford these.
I don't think it would be a good idea to give that to him, given his rather chaotic nature.
We do not know this other person either, I
Sounds
think.
sounds a little judgy, but all right.
I am simply making an observation.
Well, let's keep on walking, and we can forget about Christmas from now.
All right.
Yeah, Alex, what's going on in here?
As you enter into the main room in the center, you see a couple of things. The first thing that you see is that this place has been... It is very, very different than the rest.
Don't
the
like the
floor,
soundtrack change.
The floor is much smoother. The
Mine hasn't
rocks in the corners seem to be almost purposefully placed. They do not quite belong. And on the other side of the pool, you see a throne, which has been broken. And in front of the throne is a golden pedestal. And on the top of the golden pedestal, floating there, is 2 octaves worth of keys on a key. So 16 keys from a keyboard. And just as you once heard the violin playing, again, all around you, you hear the piano play, and as the piano plays, the keys move.
Oh dear.
Well, it's a good thing this isn't too creepy.
No, I think Badru is perfectly at home with this, I think.
This is very fascinating. I am indeed very intrigued by this.
Is the throne split into exactly 2 pieces?
Yeah.
Is
don't
the
say.
pedestal actual gold, or just gold-ish?
From how far away you are, you have no idea.
Oh no, I'll be there in a minute. I'm just waiting for the guy over.
I would
Right up
definitely
to it.
like to take a look at that as well.
I am not touching anything.
Yeah.
So,
Let's stay over here, I think, actually.
so it's very clear. It is very, very clear that this is not from this plane. Anyone with eyeballs can see that this is not from this plane.
We have an
this-
extra.
Good thing I have 2.
This is most likely from the celestial plane, from what you can tell, because it has celestial on it. I don't believe any of you can read celestial.
I can.
Oh shit, you can read celestial.
Oh,
Now she's like, I gotta figure out what this says.
Nope, nope, I just have to open something.
No, she a pro. She got this.
Wait, you can read celestial as well, Dak?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, hang on.
It says note to
Ah.
self, leave
When we
message
get to
later.
Inferno, let me know.
Yeah. My language are Dwarvish, Draconic, and Celestial.
Besides the magical instrument of some sort, you also what?
Sorry, I just read Techno's message in chat.
What?
I can read it from 11 miles away.
Why is it? Wait, what is he referencing?
The monster's like 300 feet
away in the dark, he can read it.
Oh yeah.
Roger read it when we came into the cave originally. Like,
Yeah.
He's just playing.
I was
Kalena.
the first one who saw it.
Oh,
I saw it before it was cool.
Oh
It
my
says, it says, my heart shattered in two. Oh my love, I play for you. One day we will be together, and we will rule the world forever.
Ooh, I really liked it in the first half. I really liked it in the first half.
Aw,
Like
that's
the
so
second
sad.
I'm
Is
trying-
this
wait.
gold?
I'm making a note. What was that? My heart shattered in two. My love, I play for you.
My love, I play for you, so that one day we could be together and rule the world forever.
I'm gonna.
I guess it would be
give
rule the
pedestal.
plains forever, because they live in a plain, so it would be rule the plains forever.
I'm gonna get, now that I'm closer to the pedestal, I'm gonna give it a closer look over to see if it's actual gold.
It is transparent.
So
I
not
will-
gold.
If you touch
Read-
it, if you try to touch it, your hand goes through it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is the piano also translucent?
Yeah, the piano keys that are just simply keys floating that are also translucent.
Disappointing. Hey, Rodru, do you have a violin on you?
I do not.
Okay.
I have a lute, but I do not have a violin.
I have a lute.
I can play the viol, but I do not have one on me at this time.
I can make it sound like I have a violin. About as good as I can do.
Well, yes.
What do you think about trying to perform an accompaniment here?
I could.
I can do this thing.
Oh.
No.
No, please, please do not
Uh-oh.
try that again. I
I've
implore
got-
you
I've-
in the name of all
So,
that is
hold on.
holy and good in the world.
The quick question
You
about the
not
pedestal.
like my mad beats?
No.
They made someone mad.
They make me mad.
Yeah. So there's the pedestal, and then floating above the pedestal is the keys.
Yeah, so there's like this golden pedestal that kind of has
Yeah.
this very hourglassy shape, and then above there is a set of 16 keys, just 2 octaves of keys, and they are
Okay.
playing what you are hearing.
Does it look like the top of the pedestal would fit, a tortoise? Like, is it soup shaped?
It is
Or
not
sized?
soup shaped. It is not
Is it like a-
soup shaped or soup sized.
Okay,
I'm gonna, while they're talking about accompaniment and whatnot, I'm just gonna have Leopold do, like, a lap around the cave without touching the ceiling and see if there's because we learn, and just kind of have him scope and see if he sees anything of interest or of danger,
Of course.
whilst we stand around here and figure out what we're doing.
Of course. So, Brooke, as everyone else is kind of on the other side of the pool, you hear in the box. Shh, 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 shh. You hear movement, and you feel movement in the box.
Okay. Before I open it, I wanted to just take a. Never mind. I'll open it.
Okay.
The heck with it.
You open it, and you see that the tortoise is currently trying to carve a pathway through the wooden box to get out of the box. He's like chomping at the wall, and you can see there's a little indent where he has been gnawing.
Hey, are you hungry, buddy? And then I'll like set him down and then put my backpack down and go to start rummaging through my backpack for some food.
As you put him down on the ground, he puts his feet over the side of the box and like leans over, and you can see he's trying to get out of the box. Like he's trying to lift his back legs. Yeah, he's trying to lift his legs up. He's trying to lift his legs up. Oh, you set him down out of the box?
Out of the box.
He begins making his way towards the water.
I think like rummaging through my bag, and then I sort of pull out some food and look around like, soup? Wait. Oh, soup! Whoa, where are you going? I imagine...
You catch Brick stalking over to him as he's getting
whoa! Hey, what's going on here?
I was
do you let the
catch him
turtle
for you,
reach
my
the
friend.
water?
Yeah.
As the tortoise reaches the water, he leans his head down, and you see him drink the water. And as he drinks the water, his entire body transforms into a black body of the tortoise, like a black outline of the tortoise. And then while everybody else is distracted, so only you and Brick see this. Then he collapses onto the ground into a pile of sand, and you watch as the water takes one fell, like a little sliver of the water, a little tentacle of the water comes out and scoops all of the sand into the water.
Soup, no!
And you
just looks up at Brick in silence.
And then the final thing that you see is a pulse of black go through the water, and then the water turns purple.
Do we notice
the water turning purple at this point?
You notice the water turning purple.
What the hell happened to the water?
What happened?
What did you do? That's it, looking at Brick.
What did you do?
This is not
What
my
did you
recipe,
do?
I promise.
Yeah, what?
I don't think this one was Brick's fault, guys.
No. Fine.
Brooke,
Then,
what happened?
no,
What
then
happened?
what happened?
Seems
You remember how we used to have a tortoise with us?
Why?
We don't-
That's
we
the
don't
prettiest
have
choice of
Seconds
words.
ago, when we had a tortoise?
What do you
We
mean
don't have it anymore. He's
Basically,
gone
he waddled to water and said "Pasta la vista," and then come
now.
back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I don't know why he said it like that, but
Why? What? You,
not good.
the turtle is gone.
I'm just
The
gonna go down
turtle
and
is-
just like bloop my
yeah.
finger in the water real quick. Just
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
Aren't we
What
supposed
are
to
you
give this
doing?
to
No,
somebody?
wait. Rewind. I'm gonna take my wand and I'm gonna
there
bloop
we
that in the
go.
water.
That's a bit more like
You put your wand into the water and go swish, and as it gets to the middle, it stops.
Oh.
And then up with your wand comes a hand, a very delicate, dainty, gray-toned hand, and out of the water raises a familiar face, a face that you've seen once before on a door that turned into bugs.
I think.
Good
this is-
afternoon, Madam Cadidios.
Hello there, ma'am.
She is wearing a flowing lilac gray, that interesting place between purple and gray, toned robes that flow off of her and down into the water once again. She has extraordinarily long, black, probably actually as long as Dominic's, black hair that goes all the way down, that is tied in a loose ponytail at the very bottom. So there's only about 8 inches that is actually in the ponytail. Her eyes are entirely black, and she has no eyebrows. Her cheekbones are incredibly sharp, like way sharper than any actual living being that you've ever seen. Just And she smiles. Says, "Thank you."
I am not certain as to what we did, but you are welcome.
You have gorgeous bone structure.
Yes, very sharp lines. I love it.
That's because she ate my soup.
From across the
I'm
from
pretty
across
sure-
the pond. Is this? Did we do the right thing? Is it? This looks good.
She turns to you and says, "Yes, Brooke, you did the right thing. You
Just like a
returned to
thumbs
me a piece of my love. Thank you."
Who wants to ask which piece?
I do not.
Not important.
No.
And
Great.
she very quickly turns over to Badru and kind of like almost as if an aroma is moving across, like you know how incense, the smoke of incense kind of has its own little wave. That's almost the movement that she has whenever she comes over to you, which is, "Badru, have you thought about my offer?"
I have. And while it is you're very nice, and it was a very generous and nice offer, and you're very very attractive woman, I am going to have to, with regrets of course, decline your offer, as I am already in the service of another god.
I know. Your god is so smart and so clever. Of course he would pick someone like you.
Maybe you should have been a little bit more appealing to Badru.
Oh no, there's nothing. Brick, there is nothing unappealing about this woman. Let me tell you this right now.
Then why do you deny her? Okay.
I'm already in the service of another god. But were I not in the service of another god, then yes, we could definitely go steady.
You
Why do I
see-
Because
feel
you're
like
pretty?
you've had this conversation with actual people at like a bar? Like, oh,
Because you're
I,
pretty?
I would,
Yes, because
but,
you're
like,
pretty.
Just because you're pretty.
Yes. Were I
Uh,
unwed, I would worship you in a manly
Yes.
fashion.
when you
I was
when
hoping
you
it was coming.
when you deny her once more, her entire head just 180s on her neck, and she looks at Brick. She's, Brick, and she turns her body gracefully around.
Don't look
Are
at
you-
me. I think you're beautiful.
Are you upset because
What?
I took your tortoise
No,
that you wanted to cook?
I don't say that I would be upset. A little saddened because I thought it would taste good, I think. But, we can't always get what we want, right, Badru?
That is very true. Very true. You cannot always get what you want, but if you look
If you try
sometimes, you find you get what you
Fine.
need.
Jesus Christ. I love you guys.
She's like, she says, Brick, would you like a tortoise to cook?
I think, he kind of stumbles over his words, guys.
There is no world in which Brick turns down food.
The boy was trying to come up with a good retort.
That's smoke coming out of his ears right now. He's
It's
like,
like, this,
spinning
you-
wheel.
You just got a blue
Brick
screen, cannot
tortoise?
divide by 0.
Control Alt Delete. Because I will. I do. Yes, I would love tortoise, but I prefer alive so I can, prepare it appropriately. Can you do this thing for me?
She listens and says, of course I can. I can do anything. I am a god.
Cadidios, could Brick and I take 5? Is that okay?
You want 5 turtles?
No!
No, not 5. We want to take a 5. Can we take a 5?
I believe
real
he is
quick?
asking for what is known as in common parlance as a sidebar.
A sidebar. Can we take a sidebar?
No, there is no salad bar right now. I have not made it yet.
Oh, he bite it. Oh.
We're gonna take
Sathrin,
this.
Kadidios, Sathrin. I just introduced that.
And Kadidios like sees Sathrin and she's like, oh my. I have not seen an enchantment that powerful in such a long time. She floats over to
Where does
Kai.
my tortoise?
we're having a sidebar. Don't worry.
Sidebar.
Distracting her so you can talk to Brooke.
Halfling.
Yeah, I'm sure the god won't hear what you're whispering off to the side. Like,
while you're in her domain.
No,
We're operating on an honor system here, okay? I'm putting my
Holy
trust
crap.
in her.
What is it you want, Brooke? I'm trying to make deal for good food for you and friends.
I feel like maybe there are better
Chicken
people
tonight?
to make deals with.
Okay.
Chicken tonight.
wow.
So you don't like tortoise?
I just feel like maybe a different tortoise. Maybe.
I can
Just
ask her
not-
for different one.
Hey, we could just go get a different one, you know?
You going hunting with Brick? And you start to see a little tear. Nobody ever wants to go hunting with Brick.
You have one shot to get this right.
I think Brooke is like actually like incredibly touched by that.
He is.
Like, I
Brick or
didn't
Brooke?
know that you wanted to go. Yeah, well, we're both very touched by it. One
Yeah.
and the same. I
Aww.
didn't know you wanted to go hunting. We can go hunting if you want to.
Nobody ever asked before, and when I asked, nobody interested. So I'm very. So let me get this straight. You
Aw.
go hunting with me for tortoise.
Like,
Then we cook
Like-
stew together.
yes.
He puts his
Deal?
hand on his shoulder and he says, "Welcome, my friend. Let us do this thing."
Okay. Just so that I know that we're on the same page, though.
Mark,
Though we do that instead of making the deal with Kadidios.
What?
This is
There's-
with.
That's less
Mhm.
tortoise. Oh, yeah. Yes. I will do this thing.
Okay, I thought
For
that maybe
you,
that.
my hunting
I suspected
friend.
that that's where your head was at.
You have to. I'm getting a little choked up, my friend. I think that when we go hunting, we will make a beautiful pair.
I agree. I might be a little sort of queasy to start. I get quite squeamish, but like after that, I'll probably be fine.
It should be fine. No, we don't even have to hunt. We trap. We just go
I can
together.
trap,
We
yeah.
talk. I teach you some of my famous recipes.
Okay. Yeah. I like the sound of that.
Let us do this thing. I think.
Deal.
While that is going on, Sathrin and Kadidios seem to have had some sort of conversation.
But I am not a party to.
That you are not a party to.
It's fine.
And then Kadidios says, I did not realize that there was so much riding on me coming here. Or
That
on
is just
you
hat.
on you coming here. Chiron.
That's just hat.
Neither was I.
Well, you are going to go help the children in the town and then
Yes.
rid the world of the chaos of a Nilbog.
Yes.
Sounds delightful.
Well, we do what we can.
ask her how. She would know.
She can hear you. No.
Fair point.
Would we incur any debt with you by asking if our plan with the eye will actually rid us of the Nilbog?
I was going to part with one of the crystals you were so interested in, but I can give information instead if you wish.
Whoa,
And you see this little cocky grin. You just see this cocky grin come over her face.
Brooke's like walking around the pond. All right, Mordecai, we need a sidebar.
I will wander over to Chiron. Look, I don't think that taking the crystal is a good idea. I think we take the information instead. Yeah.
The crystal will not harm you as long as I give it to you or you use certain tools. And she kind of has this like disgusting look to take them from me. But if I gift one to you, it will not necessarily harm you in any way unless you are careless. But I don't think you would be careless, Badru. You care too much about the souls inside, even if they are evil.
You are right about that, yes.
Quite a quandary then.
Yes.
Because we must rid this. We've given our word that we would rid this area of the Nilbog infestation.
That is correct.
We have a plan. It seems like an okay plan.
I would prefer it to be a good and or foolproof plan. Personally.
Is there such a plan?
There can
I
be.
swear if she just goes, yeah, your plan's good and disappears, I'm so mad.
But
So
think
those
that
are our
would be
options.
better.
Get information about the Nilbog, or you gracefully and generously give us one of your crystals.
Each.
Don't be greedy.
Yes, do not push your luck with a god, please.
Fair enough.
In her domain. No, so is that where we are then?
Yes.
Information or a crystal.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do some very tangible and immediate good with the information, and that feels like the path we're on, at least right now. Maybe we just ride that wave rather than riding around with a crystal of pure evil in our pockets.
I am
when
a
you put it like
rather
that.
large fan of that.
Today I did not get an evil crystal.
It was the worst day ever.
So at this
Little
point,
emotions about it.
while you are all deliberating, the Kadaidios looks over at Mordecai and says, I mean, I could do both if I was given something in return.
Oh dear.
That's why I started my question with asking about debt incurrence.
What did she? What is this about the debt? You already got our soup.
I did,
And that is
so
why.
I'm going to give you a single item in return. And that is
Can
either
we
the
get-
crystal or the information. If you want 2 items, well,
Can we
then.
get really big crystal?
Gods are typically about balance and making sure that
Equivalent
the cosmic
exchange.
scales are balanced. Yes, equivalent exchange. This is the perfect terminology for it.
Yes.
One does not take without giving something in return.
what is it that you want?
Thank you. Yes, hypothetically, what would you want in return for one of these crystals? That was like this.
Oh. Do you even know what you are asking for?
No idea. I am very excited.
Oh, bad.
At least he's honest.
He is, and that is admirable.
I would like to study the crystal and at least learn something before I sell it.
Each of those crystals has a soul of a dragon inside of it that climbed Mount Tenki. That climbed Mount Tenkian in order to kill the gods, including me. I took those crystals as my revenge towards those who would try to kill us. Kill me.
Gods can die? Not much of a god.
The only thing that can kill a god is another god.
Dragons are gods?
Dragons are fools. And thus they are
Well,
my
you figure if
prisoners.
an army of dragons attacks a distract or weaken, then another god can come in. I'm sure there's. What would you
It's
want in
complicated.
exchange for the dragon soul crystal? Because I was moderately interested before. I am very interested now.
Oh boy.
If you wish for one of my dragons, that is a tall, tall order.
It's not very tall, it's smaller than me.
Figuratively speaking.
She gives a small
That's
chuckle.
gonna confuse him more.
I
Okay.
would ask you to do a favor for me, though I don't know if you are quite up to the task.
Hey,
Definitely up to the
I don't know about you, Mordecai, but I gave up making deal with her to go on hunt with Brooke. You should too. It's a good thing, I think.
What would the favor be? Just hypothetically speaking.
Oh boy.
What would the favor?
Mordecai.
I tried, my friends.
I'm just getting information. I'm just getting information.
In the land of Corinne, there is a chapel that is actually in servitude to me and my lover. Not necessarily to conduct, but to preserve what we once were and will never be again. It has archives, books, scrolls, tablets. And it is currently overrun, infested. I want it cleared.
With what?
That seems doable.
What is it overrun with, by, if I may ask?
Well,
I'm just like, yeah, Dax like, whoa, wait a minute.
wait, what is it overrun? Well, the interesting thing is that what overruns it doesn't necessarily know what is in it.
I'm
That's
not
an
smart, but
answer.
did not understand that. Did anybody else?
That was a non-answer.
It was
No,
definitely
I-
not answering the question.
Someone doesn't know what they have. Someone is potentially squatting on a chapel, and they don't understand what they are.
I think Dak's question was, whom is squatting
Yes.
or overrunning the temple? Not why are they there?
Oh
As
no,
in,
no.
If it's like 20 goblins, I'm not over about it. If it's like 10 dragons, that might be a different story.
If it is a group of refugees who found a stable building,
Much
And-
easier to get rid of.
and
I would think not. No, that is where we draw the line, my friend. We draw the line right there.
Perfect.
That is a no on the killing people.
That
I didn't
is
say kill. Peaceful relocation, yeah.
They might be evil refugees.
Yeah, there's.
Brooke,
That
I cannot
is
believe
the
that I heard that
part-
come out of your mouth just now. I'm surprised at you.
that is the part that we may be able to agree upon.
What, that they're evil refugees?
Yes. Mind flares.
Ooh.
My friends,
I
look
have
at the time. I think we
Always
should go.
wanted to see a mind flayer in person. Why am I the only one excited?
How many of these? Because they are dangerous. Mordecai. They are.
They suck out your brain. Even I don't
Well,
eat that.
How many of these creatures, dear goddess, are on this sacred ground?
Brick, you don't eat brain?
Thereabouts.
It is delicious.
At least a colony of them, if more are coming.
Oh,
By the
my
shadow.
self-preservation is overriding my greed.
How does that feel?
This is a bad idea.
How does that feel?
How does that feeling you're feeling? Embrace it.
Lean on that one. Yes.
Let me
So,
ask you this,
information
my
about
friend.
how to get rid of the nilbogger.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Well,
If
that's
Define
already
colony.
on the table. This is if we wanted to get both things.
And now that we know about the mind flayers, that they exist here on this plane and are on encroaching, and maybe more coming, can we really ignore this?
See, we gotta do it anyway. It's a moral dilemma. Are we just gonna let these mind flayers kill all these innocent people that I'm sure are close to this temple that we don't know where it is?
I don't think
I was
we want
warned
to
in
kill us.
situations like these. I was so close, but I was warned.
Dak has got a point. Think about it. There are worse things than death, and being enslaved by alien brain monster. Definitely
should stop
worse
that
That
than
would
from
be
that.
one of those. That would be one of those things that are worse. Yes.
But we should definitely stop that from happening to people.
That
Yep.
if we try to stop it from happening to others, it means it happened to us.
Maybe.
Or we get calamari on the menu, right?
Ooh, I
I don't
hadn't
know.
considered their tentacles.
Have you ever eaten mind flayer before?
I have not. I don't eat brain, but tentacle may not be bad. No, you cannot bribe me. This is bad
Oh.
idea. This is terrible idea.
More
So
to that. I am curious as to the nature of the question you asked. It makes me believe that you may have had mind flayer in the past.
Oh, if I tell you it's delicious, Brick, it is a one-of-a-kind taste that you will never forget.
I will lean over to Chiron. Note that he did not address my question. My statement. He did not
Noted.
deny. He did not deny that at all.
Noted.
I'd be honest with you, my friend. I am usually up for anything, but I don't want to be mind puppet.
All right.
So what? So
This-
Brick,
I
what
value
you
our
are saying?
friendship, but I'm not. This is bad.
What you are saying is that you would do anything for food, but you want to do that.
I will do. He starts playing that song. Thank you, Badger. No,
Please do
okay,
not be
now,
offended by the singing.
now
I
if
am
you,
fine
I'm a much better
foregoing
singer.
this. I am good foregoing this situation, but I would like to keep in mind for our more morally light folk that this is a threat that exists in our world, and we do have information on where it exists. But if we just want to get the Nilbog information and skedaddle, I am okay with that too, because I don't want to die to my
So-
village.
go ahead, Brooke.
The way that this looks to me, I don't think that she's gonna hand over this big dragon crystal if we say that we're gonna go do it. So the way it seems to me is that the obvious solution here is we take the information and we decide that this mind flay situation is maybe sort of like a side quest or something of that sort.
I
And
think,
we will address that in due time.
or
All right,
or
fair
how
enough.
about this? How about this, Brooke? I got the idea. Now follow with me. My train of thought is not always straight, but what I think is we get the information we need, and we tell stronger people about mind flare issue. Let them deal with it. I'm just saying.
And come back for the crystal after it's done.
Yes,
Yeah, there you
yes.
go.
There we go. Everybody wins there, I think.
I have reservations about that one because I don't know that everyone is as well equipped as we are to handle such a thing.
You are an
All right, so how about
incredibly
this?
funny
I'll-
lot. You know that?
I'll cut through the conversation.
We
We'll get the
try.
information about the mind flayers, and we'll figure out what to do with that later. We'll get the
Yeah.
information about the Nilfog, and we'll solve that problem now, or ignore it and just finish what we're doing now. That's cool too. But whatever you guys want to do, and then we can just get out of the cave of death and no sleep.
I have a question for the goddess, if she is willing to hear it.
Of course.
What would you give for a lovely song?
For a lovely song.
Oh, great idea.
I
can wait for
imagine
her.
you don't get many people that come into your domain and gift you beautiful music. No?
She comes over to you again and kind of like gets quite close to you. She says, "From you, Badru, a heart so big, so I would love a song."
Then I would be most pleased to gift one to you.
Ooh.
What would you
And-
like in exchange?
I believe I would let you. I would ask that you judge based on the quality of the song and how pleased you are by it.
Hmm.
And you may decide upon the gift you wish to give.
Hmm. Okay. And you see the water creep up behind her and just up into a seat. And she takes a seat in her seat made of purple water.
Excellent. I am going to.
No pressure.
I'm going to grab my lute from out of my case, and I am going to like strum a few notes as I tune it.
May I
Right.
perform an accompaniment?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to give him
I can add
advantage?
percussion, Badru.
Yes. Please don't.
He
But
starts
sure.
thinking about this thing. He's like all sad.
What does Dak play again?
That plays the trumpet.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, I love this. Okay, that gives you
Star
advantage.
remix.
That'll give you advantage.
So you see Brick in the corner with his ready to beat on his walk like ladle, and is just kind of all sad. Nobody wants to play with him. He walks over to Brooke and says, "I cannot wait for us to go hunting."
It's gonna be
Aw.
good, buddy. He like pats his leg.
Yeah.
He's
So
like a
I
puppy.
will. Oh, poor dude. I will take a long breath, and I will begin to play. And I'm assuming that's going to be a performance check, yeah?
Yes, please.
With advantage.
With advantage.
All right. Roll.
Is it weird?
Oh my God!
What'd you get?
When I can't see.
Oh, nice.
Whoa!
Natural 20.
As you play, and I would love to hear you describe this Nat 20 song right here, but as you play, you see her posture sort of relax, and her face sort of soften, and even the sharp, protruding cheekbones mellow out a little bit. You see the entirety of her become absorbed into your words, absorbed into your song, absorbed into your lute, and absorbed into the trumpet.
So I play this almost like lilting flamenco style ballad, singing in celestial about an old tale of two lovers torn apart, desperately seeking to find one another again, and how they sailed across the stars to be in each other's embrace one last time before they pass on and become one with the sky, kind of situation.
Brick is in the corner, tears rolling down his eyes. For
Dak will back up with backup vocals also in Celestial.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And when he's not performing, a also sad, slow trumpet following behind you.
Love that. Love that.
Oh, yeah.
So you see the entirety of her soften. You see the elegance of her robe kind of melt into the water, and she smiles at you. And she turns to Chiron and says, she turns over the shoulder to Chiron and says, "The Nilbog will become a goblin once again. Once you feed it the eyeball. And the Nilbog spirit will be sent to the ethereal plane. The only way for it to come back is for goblins to summon it once more. So, it is not often that a goblin summons the spirit." And then she turns
Thank you,
to
my lady.
She turns to
So in
Mordecai.
other words, our plan is solid.
She turns to Mordecai and lifts her hand up. And as her hand lifts up out of the water, floating in front of you, Mordecai, just out of in this spigot of water, there is a smaller but still there crystal of pure evil. You pluck it from the water, and the spigot comes back down. And she turns, "Badru,
My lady.
the whale tigers have found refuge with the storm giants. And that is where they are."
Thank you, my lady.
She stands up from her chair and looks at all of you. "It was a beautiful day to see you, to meet you, and I will be watching."
Can I get my wand back?
She chuckles and flicks her hand, and the wand flicks out of the air, and boop. "Now I must depart, but mayhaps all of you seek what you desire and find comfort in what you find."
Brick is still bawling his eyes out. He's wiping his face off, and he walks up to Badru and says, "That reminds me of an old clan story of lovers, one who became vegetarian. They could not be. Thank you, Badru. And you too as well, Dak, for reminding me of my home in the mountain peaks. Thank you."
You are welcome.
And Badru, I also would like to thank you for the reminder of something. It's not often said, but Dwarven Vow 59 give the highest priority to tenderness, gentleness, and kindness. And sometimes we forget, even those deemed evil or corrupt are still worthy of such things.
You are most welcome, Dak. Thank you
We're
for your
here.
accompaniment. It was
Freebird!
wonderful and beautiful. And it also reminds me of Junior Woodchuck Guidebook Rule number 58. A good song can open many doors.
And with you guys all, saying these things together, Chiron sees Kadidios, start melting into the water once again, and she kind of
He's
gives a
paying
wink.
attention.
She kind of gives a wink to Kadidios, and whew, the water turns back to blue, and you now see that the piano stops playing. Oops, wrong music.
All right, guys, we're starting the second boss fight.
You roll for initiative. No.
Mine's still playing the original music.
Oh, okay.
Mine hasn't changed at all.
Refresh.
I didn't know.
Okay. Well, So that happened.
Yes, that was quite the experience, I think.
Badru, that was truly magical. Thank you.
I am pleased and honored that you all appreciated it. Thank you.
I am pleased and honored that she appreciated it.
Yeah.
Holding up my
and
crystal and
before it sounds like we're gloating, I suggest we go.
Yes, I would. Yes.
Yes, I
Still
have to
in her
use
domain,
restroom
she
too.
is still present, I am quite certain.
So when you say go, Brick walks over into a corner and relieves himself.
Oh, for the love of crap.
That is not what we meant. Oh,
at least
God.
it wasn't in the water.
Right in the
Um,
domain of a goddess. I don't.
Right in the domain.
Did not a single person here ask her if we could take her
If we could take the what?
We can
Take a rest.
take her
No
rest?
one asked that. No.
That's what we should have been
No, it's okay.
negotiating.
We'll be able to get outside, and maybe we camp outside. Maybe we just truck back to town.
Oh, and I didn't ask her about the diamond the first kid. Son of a... I'm off my game. She got me all distracted with these devil crystals, and now I forgot.
You were quite easily distracted by those. It was very concerning, my friend.
I don't want to talk about it.
As you
I
guys
just
make
pat
your
him on his
way
back.
out of the spiral, it is very clear that the pathway is open, and strangely, there are no bodies. Everything's
I'm not
back where
going
it
to
was.
think about it.
I think she.
Who's right past it?
I am going to assume that her bugs probably assisted with that in some way.
Or they've
the,
been reclaimed.
Indeed.
Is the crystal diamond with daggers still at that place we passed it at originally?
No, it's gone.
Oh no, what a tragedy.
Oh no, there's not a crystal diamond with daggers anymore. We passed the
Oh no,
test.
oh no, not that. Okay.
We got out with our lives. Oh no.
Oh no.
And souls. We got out with one extra soul, it would seem.
Indeed. You're welcome, Mordecai.
Eternal gratitude to you and Dak for that lovely song they got.
Just please
Okay,
use
so-
it wisely, please. That thing, pure evil.
He's chewing on it.
I don't think eating it is using it wisely, but okay.
All right. So how what time of day? Like, what time of day is it? Roundabouts.
You get outside, and according to where the sun is just peeking over, it's about 5 in the morning.
Oof. We were in there all
Do
night.
we want to rest out here?
It doesn't feel like. I swore we came in during the day.
Maybe in her
God
domain
domains
time
and
is
what-
different.
Oh,
No time is
dear.
different when I drink a lot of ale.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Do we need to take a rest then, or keep on moving?
We're in the domain of a god, so that is they can play it muck around with time a lot.
Yes. No, I think it's a good question as to whether or not we could make camp for a few hours before heading back, or do you think we should just get back to Yao? Because the Nilbog is on the other side of Yao, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should camp for the night, get a good night rest, nice meal in belly, and have a good day.
I would not be opposed to that, to be quite honest. A good rest would be lovely.
There'd be nothing worse to us than traveling long distance and getting mauled by crappy bandits because we're all tired.
Yes.
Well then, let us make camp.
Yes.
Great, makes two.
So, if I may offer, the first time we were walking through here and I suggested that we take a long rest, and I'm like, no, we gotta get going, we die in this cave. I was doing some calculations, and I think I may have solved our problem as far as safely sleeping. And as we stand outside the cave, I'm gonna pop my book open, recite some things, sit here and read for a minute, and I'm gonna cast Liamon's Tiny Hut
Okay.
around us.
Nice.
Very,
That is
very
very lovely.
Nice. Did you just ritual cast that?
I did just ritual cast that.
Nice.
I approve of this. That is very good.
One.
Are you guys like right outside the thing?
I imagine we should get
I
maybe more
imagine
than
we
just
would get a
right
little way,
outside.
Yeah.
Wasn't it described like this was in a valley near a river?
Mm-hmm.
Feel like, maybe get like, a little bit away, but still near in that valley river. So there's
Stay
like,
close to
Down
the
by the
river,
river?
maybe.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, wherever we decide to make camp, I'm gonna put the
When you send up the little bubble, around the base of the bubble, when you cast it, black roses, like a couple, like probably like 6 black roses, just pop up with the bubble.
One for each of us.
inside the.
Oh.
It would appear that we have, if I am to guess, that we have a blessing to hang out here, as it were.
Let us not overstay.
We'll take our rest and
And then yes, no.
daddle. Cool.
Yes.
And it lasts for 8 hours. So.
Nice. Well, Sathrin, you got to meet another deity.
I did. It was very exciting.
Sathrin is very excited.
As it should be.
I'm
That is quite the
surprised.
experience.
I'm quite surprised that you were all so convinced by her act. It was quite interesting to see that.
Could you, what do you mean, convinced by her act?
Well, she is the god of revenge, and she is quite evil. Her main goal is to make it to where others exact revenge, and so in the end you didn't take it, but it was quite obvious to me at least that she was looking to send you to the mind flayers to have someone become hurt and then hopefully exact revenge for her on the mind flayers and for yourselves on your fallen compatriot.
I knew all of that stuff.
So it seems Sathrin believes that we narrowly avoided being duped. And getting someone injured so that we would feel the need to revenge upon the mind flayers in Kadidios' name.
Thus giving her more power, and thus, yes, okay.
But
yes,
can we
the
truly
hat
just
that talks
let
that we all
that
told.
go, though?
Wait,
What, Dad?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Dad,
But
go
can we
ahead.
truly just let it go? Like, we know.
We know that it's in. We know that there's a chapel in Corinne, where there may be a colony of mind flayers. Now, if we go there on our own, who's to say that it will advance Kadidios' aims?
I
Just a
liked
thought.
her, for one. Badru, she very much was a fan of yours.
Yes, it would appear so.
I think she really.
My friend,
enjoyed
are
his
you
interest
blushing?
in
A little bit, I think. Yes. Yes. Even one such as in such a field as I am, did not get that manner of attention. It was very nice.
Well, my friend, let us all be glad that you at least, delivered.
Seriously.
I know the few times I have failed to deliver on my meals has led to war, so I'm glad that you did a wonderful job, I think. Though I still think you could have used a little percussion, I think.
I am going to pass on the percussion. I appreciate your generous and enthusiastic offer. I am going to respectfully, enthusiastically, in fact, decline.
Perhaps
that.
in the future we can work on that.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Jam sessions.
It was
Yeah.
a bit of a ballad. Ballads don't always require percussion.
Exactly.
Helper.
Hey, Dax. So I got embarrassingly, but admittedly, close to being unalive, and I remember at one point we had a conversation about your ability to craft healing potions, and I think you said it takes an hour. I don't remember what you said. I think that's what you said. During this nice, relaxing respite in this beautiful dome, could you knock one of those out for me?
It depends on the situation, and unfortunately, I am out of supplies. Perhaps when we stop into Yao, I might be able to restock.
Yeah, all right.
Unfortunately, I only have some basic bandages and things like that.
Are you requiring healing, Mordecai?
Well, we're
You
about to
still
take a
have-
rest. I'm not worried about it now. I'll feel tip top in the morning, but in the future, in the heat of battle, it's. I was alone with Chiron, not a healer, and got real close to the end of my story. You are not a healer.
No, I'm not. But the I feel the implication was that this is somehow my fault.
No. I apologize humbly if that was what came across. I simply meant that you and me alone together fighting things, not a great combo.
In
if
this
we find
case, no, it
ourselves
was suboptimal. You are absolutely correct.
If we
made
find
it,
ourselves in that
thankfully.
situation again, it may be nice to have a quick boost to our health if we're not all that. Anyway, we can deal with it when we get to Yao. I appreciate a moment of your time.
Alternatively, you could also learn to stay close to the bard, who is also maybe a cleric as well, and can heal you should you need to.
Didn't you run up ahead and then sprout wings and start flying all over the place?
It got complicated.
It got real complicated really quickly, okay? That is what happened.
No plan
And I
survives
feel-
contact with the enemy.
I feel like,
Exactly.
just for some reason, that our further adventures, should they continue together, may continue to get complicated.
Yes.
That's why I think we may need we'll call it a backup plan. Baudru is plan A, and healing potions will be like plan B through like F, and then
Yes. Because as a great pugilist once said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
It's true. Yes. Yes. It's something that my grandfather would have said. Yes. He was
Well,
not
Brick-
a pugilist. But
Brick, I'm assuming you're gonna whip up some something to eat, and we can.
Oh, you
rest in the
better
morning
believe
light?
it.
If you have butter in that wok, I will be very concerned.
I've got this for you, my friends. Tonight, I will not cook a stew for us. Our celebration is one of specialty. We have encountered a dark goddess and walked away unscathed, and that, my friends, is worthy of a special feast. And he starts whipping out big chunks of the mushroom that he had taken, and remaining meats that he's got, and some tomatoes, and he makes this nice little curry.
Yes.
Wonderful.
very nice.
Yes.
And the meat that's in there includes also some of the grubs and stuff for like delicious toppings. You see him popping the pus right out of some of these delectable.
You had to. You had to.
Worms and stuff.
And just so,
And then you had to.
Alex, so you're aware too, I unravel some of the leather cord on the handle of my. Going to tie the crystal to it to kind of keep it snug and safe, like very securely tied on there, and then resheath the wand.
Okay. So as you, go ahead, Jack.
Dak will walk up to Brick and will point out some combinations of spices to use for a extra hot curry. My aunt was a big fan of curry.
I see. Are you saying my food is not good enough?
No.
Because that is what it sounds like.
Apologies.
Do I need to get a glove?
No.
Why would
No,
you
there's
use
no.
gloves?
Mag glove?
How do you feel
Love,
about
but-
spice?
Dueling.
Like-
He's been insulted. You insulted his honor.
Brick, I do not think that is what he intended. I don't think he meant to insult your honor. I think he is trying to help by adding a bit of spice to your food. I'm sorry, I do not mean to assume that is what you are meaning, but based on what I am observing, that is what I am getting. Please tell me if I am wrong.
Well,
Oh boy.
I tell you what.
This is.
I tell you what, Dak. I'm always a man of continuous improvement, I think, and I am willing to add this. But we will set aside a part of the rice or a part of the curry just for yours in case it does not turn out well, because this is supposed to be a feast, and I do not want my friends to end up eating something that may upset them. So
That is completely fair. Recent events have caused me to attempt to reflect, and I believe I have sometimes come about a bit as too harsh and critical of you. So I'm trying to make an effort to meet you where you are.
well, I
I don't-
appreciate this thing. Now, shall we enjoy the flesh meal? I mean, a fresh
Sure.
meal.
Flesh meal.
Well, technically.
I mean,
mm,
A flesh meal. What kind?
Oh, dear.
Now I am actually worried.
Don't be. It'll taste great. I've also included some of Dak's recommendations in this pot over here. It's got a bit of a kick, but his mama knows cooking.
what kind of like hot spices do you have? Just like what's your spiciest spice that you got? Can I just get a little pinch of that?
Are you asking me or Dak, since Dak's the one making the
You're both
spice?
standing there.
As you guys, I just want to say real fast, as you guys like start enjoying each other's company and start being like more friendly and like, calming down and stuff, in like the distance, you strangely hear like lively piano.
So as he turns to you with the spicy ash trant bark, he calls out, "My friends, do you hear this noise? Badru, is that you?" That's not Badru.
No, that is not me. I have yet to figure out how to create just music out of thin air.
I'm sure you'll crack it
Isn't-
eventually.
Isn't all music in thin air? I'm confused, I think.
Well, yes, but I am not creating that.
As you listen a little bit more about Badru, you realize it's the same melody that you were hearing in Kadaidios' lair, but in major and sped up.
Huh. That is very. I think that is what was playing inside the domain.
Does
It
anybody
is-
recognize
it is
the
a
song?
different key, and a little bit faster, but I believe it is the same song. Dak, listen to the chord progressions.
Yeah, you
No,
listen to it,
it-
and it's the same.
It's very much it.
That is remarkable.
I think we did a good thing. Like,
Huh.
yeah.
I certainly hope so.
As do I.
Did you perhaps mellow out a goddess of revenge?
A large smile kind of spreads across Badger's face.
She definitely tried to get him to mellow her out.
I would like to think so. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Interesting.
I'm gonna take the pinch of spice that Brick gave me, and I just kind of put it in my hand and hold it up, and Leopold flies down and perches and just starts eating the super spicy stuff, gobbles it up real quick, and then flies off.
That's adorable.
My
for
friend,
context-
go ahead.
I was gonna say is because you asked about Dak's spicy. Dak's type of person to snack on ghost peppers.
Oh, nice. So as Mordecai's pet flies off with the ash treant bark, he goes, "My friend, he may have problems using the restroom for a little while.
Oh,
That
he
was a lot for
prefers-
such a small critter, I think.
He very much prefers the spicier the better kind of food.
That guano. Stay away from the guano.
You get to be careful. It's very, with that amount of ash-trant bark, it'll be extremely flammable, I imagine.
Guano does 1 fire damage.
Well, I am told that, and Mordecai, you are a better source of this information than I am, that there are some wizards that use bat guano as spell components, yes?
Actually, there are some spells that require it. Yeah.
Mostly
Fireball, right?
fire spells, I believe.
I may or may not be very specifically familiar with the spell.
Is
That
that
requires
why?
it?
Is that why you very specifically have formed your familiar into a bat?
I don't always require components, but it is definitely handy to have some around.
Yes.
I totally thought you were going into that mean. I don't always need spell components, but when I do, I get it from
I get it from my familiar. I just wring them out and just like a
Actually
pepper, like a
explosion
pepper,
bat.
Pepper grind.
like a pepper grinder. Just go pew, pew, pew.
Little
Come
guano
here, bat
grind.
friend.
Yeah.
Guano grinder.
All right, as
Also,
you
ew.
all
Ew.
talk about guano until the sun comes up.
Apparently.
Apparently,
One by
guano
one,
is
just
just a
adding
hot topic.
Well,
It
it's
is
because the food is
All
hot.
the kids were
spicy.
talking about it.
Will you be partaking in sleep?
Oh yes, Badger would definitely
For
Oh,
like
sure.
to sleep.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yup.
All right.
Enjoy Brick's
Keep an eye out.
Oh, I should make a TikTok on this. Go ahead and everybody roll.
Oh, Jesus.
Everyone who is go in order and roll your perception rolls for the watch that you take.
Oh geez, what? How are we doing this?
I'll take first
Brick,
watch.
I was gonna say Brick can go first because he's got to clean up anyway.
Oh, cool.
That makes sense.
Somebody said they would go. Do you want to follow Brick?
Why don't you let me go first, and I can do a song of rest to help you all sleep.
I approve. I approve of that message.
Nice.
Yes.
I gotta open my. I think I curled my. Oh no, I didn't. I thought I closed my roll 20. So
If
I'm.
that's the case, I'll go third.
So I'm doing a
And
perception check.
I've got Leopold.
So I will do my perception check. As
Yep. Go ahead and
well.
get yours first.
Perception. Nice. That is a 22. The dice are with me today.
Now, do you want for us to wait for you to narrate, or just have us all roll? Then you'll narrate everything.
No. I'll narrate as each person rolls.
Okay.
So Happy, you take first watch.
Yeah, I've got Leopold circling, and I'll just take I'll keep an eye out.
I think
while-
Badger was gonna
Oh,
do
wait.
Song of Rest first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bodru was doing first. Yeah.
Song of
Okay.
rest, so extra d6 for all of you
For...
Huzzah.
for hit dice.
Huzzah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Are those D20 chocolates?
They are
That's
from
Nice.
literally the best chocolate place I've ever tasted in my life. It's called Cacao 3 or something like that. It's so good.
Nice.
All right.
Leopold got an 8, and I got a 19. Stupid bat.
All that spicy.
So,
He's too busy pooping lava around the crystal.
Oh,
Badru takes his watch, plays his song of rest, and he can tell you can at least like feel the world get a little bit warmer around you as you play your song. Again, you're playing music for the goddess that you just played music and floored her with. And it's a pleasant time. Now, happy. Mordecai and the Leopold they're not here right now, but they take their watch. And it is pretty peaceful. You see that the black roses outside are ever beautiful. I'd like to imagine that, I'd really like to imagine that Dak hasn't had home cooking in a really long time. And so he's, super excited. No, go ahead.
I was actually going to say, when, Mordecai goes to wake up, Dak is currently having a nightmare.
Oh, no.
And as he's woken up, he starts muttering about bugs.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh man.
He goes there are bugs in my bed. Oh god, there are bugs in my ears. They were in my pockets, they were in my shoes. They were everywhere.
Just a bad dream, friend. Just a bad dream.
And just Dak was still getting over the nightmare.
Oh,
They can't get in the bubble. They can't. This is the bubble of safety.
Also, Lion, did you see what I DM'd you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then Brick, as the sun rolls towards the middle of the sky, you see the flowers slowly, they don't die. They scooch in and then go back into the ground.
That's weird, right? Does he know that that's weird?
They don't know how to do that.
I mean, it's up to you. You know that they are the flowers that symbolize that the goddess is watching you. So you can tell me if Brick would wake people up with the.
If she's watching, I don't think he would find that as a threat. Because really, in his simple mind, he would think, well, if she's god of revenge, if she wants us dead, we be dead. So he doesn't think that her watching is necessarily something to wake them for, because he doesn't see that it's not really a threat. But he might go, hello? Are you out there?
I love it. So the flowers creep back in, and as everybody wakes up in the morning, we get to play the pets mini game. So Jack,
right, because Jack has Bugless.
Jack has Bugless.
Bugless Jones.
He has a pet baby phase spider. So Jack, basically how this works is there's different levels, and as you gain levels with your Bugless, you will be able to do more things and also be less and less scared that Bugless is going to run the fuck away from you, because it is a wild animal. Right. So you have to roll an animal handling check, and what you're rolling this animal handling check for is to see if Bugless will come back to you and how quickly he comes back to you, and him thinking of you as home. So go ahead and roll an animal handling check.
I don't have very good animal handling, so I think.
Well, it's just a 10. It's the first level starts at a 10.
Okay. I was gonna use an inspiration just because I want for this to succeed so badly. So I might just
go for it.
Do it.
All right.
There are worse things to spend inspiration.
That was a good idea to use the inspiration.
Very glad I did that.
So, Bugless has gone out into the woods and found something to eat. And as he comes back to you, you see that he goes into a particular pocket in our little satchel that you don't really carry anything in it. Maybe carry some loose coins, maybe some chapstick. I don't know. But when you open it, it is literally a web. like he's made a little home, and he's just made a little web inside, like a little cocoon, like domain inside of this little place, and as far as you can tell, that is where he considers home.
Okay.
So that is one success.
Yeah. I want to reach in and see if I can like give him just a little like one finger.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the chat, Bugless ate a kobold.
Dak will figure it. It's like I'm very happy with
Everything
you.
is fine.
Pet.
Everything is fine.
And your pet bug that I just had nightmares about.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
That's fine.
Sorry,
He's gonna,
Pepper wants to go
stay in
out,
the-
so I have to message Max. All right, as you all wake up and pack up, you now see the forest it's interesting. The pine forest that's surrounding you is a little bit different now. It's it looks just a little bit less lush than it did last night. The river is a little bit less clear. And the roses are gone. And any sign of Kadidios existing in this space is now gone.
Huh.
My friends, while I did not see it important to bother you, you should know that much like some of the human creepers, she was watching you while you slept.
I do not think that surprises me much.
Yeah, to me neither. That is why I decided you did not need to wake up. I figured the airsick lowlanders didn't mind if they be watched by deity. If she wanted you dead, there was nothing we could do about it anyway.
I mean, that much is true.
Especially that deity. I'm gonna use minor illusion to cast of like a miniature version of her, and I'm like, Badru, I'm just saying, that's a missed opportunity, friend, and then just dismiss it.
Listen, I am not going to go around. What is the word that I could? What is a tasteful word?
Sampling other buffets.
Sampling
There's
every
nothing wrong with
deity
this.
that comes across my
Wetting-
path.
Wetting one's beak, as it were.
That is not one I've heard before, but I like that one.
Badru,
I'm
you
not
are
that-
in exponentially better man than me, because. But I applaud you for sticking to your guns. That's something else I don't usually do.
I may be a bard, sir, but I am not that kind of bard.
Badru is not a horny bard.
Well, you just put in a good word for me next time you guys meet, and
Oh, I'm not saying that I do not have a crush on that one, because she is very. You saw her.
She really plucks his loot.
Oof.
That is a phrase that I did not think I would ever hear, but yes, perhaps. Perhaps if she were not into the whole being an evil goddess of vengeance thing. So maybe I put in a good word for you. You seem to like the darker side of things.
relative.
All right, so how about we head off on any points the direction we're supposed to be going? Because Justin forgot where we were going.
Well, all right.
Back to
So I have
town.
a question for the group then. Our main goal was to deliver soup, and we have done that. Should we head back to the place that we all met and go like check in there?
Oh yeah.
I'm
the
sorry,
whorehouse.
Dex
Also-
face.
We also made a promise to take care of this Nilbog.
Promise
Yes.
is kind of a loose term. Oh, okay. Yeah,
I-
we
It
did.
was a promise.
did.
I promised.
No, we should. That is, we need to hold up our end.
Yeah.
We have dealt with the hag.
We might as well follow through. Yes.
That will get
Done
that.
the
That
hard
will
part.
hopefully get us some goodwill back in Yao, and this will get us even more goodwill back in Yao.
Indeed.
Brick holds up a handful of bread and says, "That is how we roll."
I am. As we're walking, I'm just going to write a quick letter to Mistress Mandy, and then tie it off and tie it to Leopold, and just like, hey, we handled it. We'll be there, We got some other to take care of. And then just send it off with Leopold to just I'm like, go to Mistress Mandy, deliver this, and let me know when you're done, and I'll be right back. And
Sounds
I
good.
sent him off.
I'm sorry, I just realized that you had a floating quill and it just made my day.
Me too.
It
I
just
was
made my
gonna
day.
Say,
That's
As a
been
DM?
my thing this whole time.
As a DM,
Oh,
that
yeah.
just made my fucking day. I did not know it was a floating quill. I thought you just had a quill. I didn't know it was I didn't know you had it on a string, like it was a floating quill. That just made my fucking
It's fucking
day.
amazing.
he's had that the
Noted.
whole time.
Yes, he's had that the whole time apparently.
I just
Brilliant.
Just this session.
That's brilliant.
Oh
Actually,
my God.
I've had it for 3 sessions. I just had an excuse to use it today, or I had it at least last session.
Oh, really? I didn't notice it last time. Okay.
I didn't use it at all last time.
All
That's
right.
why.
So
It's amazing. I love
as
it.
love that.
as
Love
you
it.
guys make the trek back to as you guys start making the trek back to the city of Yao, light snowfall begins to fall, and you hear a very interesting thing. Chiron, you hear, I wonder what Nilbogs like to eat. If they are a Nilbog, they're the opposite of a goblin, so they like the opposite of a goblin. But do they like the opposite of a goblin, or do they like sweet things or disgusting things? This is a very curious thing I'm going to find out, and I'm very excited.
Yes, that is, that is an interesting quandary.
Just
regard to
because
the-
I forgot. Did we get 1 or 2? I can't remember if we got both
One.
eyeballs in this one.
We only got one.
Only got the one, yeah. Other one went squish.
Saithrin is wondering about the tastes specific to Nilbogs.
Well, me too.
Probably
As
just-
Nilbogs tend to be opposite of goblins.
Throwing uplands?
What do goblins taste like?
No,
I don't
not
think
what they
that's
taste
what- I
like,
don't
what they
think that's what he
enjoy
meant.
to eat, I assume. Right? Or am I or did I misunderstand?
No, what they enjoy to eat.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Not what they taste
Oh,
like.
you said how they taste, or out of whatever.
How their tastes run, like what they.
So I'm gonna go ahead and break fourth wall really fast here for both Twitch and YouTube. If somebody could put the Twitter in chat, I don't know what Nilbogs taste like. What they like to eat.
Oh man.
Y'all are gonna make this decision.
Oh Jesus.
So, on the Twitter, there is going to be a poll, and the poll is going to be up for the entire time until next session, 2 weeks from now.
Waldorf.
The options are going to be
Not chicken, not
what
chicken.
the players picked, and then 3 other options. You can choose what the you can make it good for the players, and you can decide to. This is for all the people who are like, I want to help the players. Here is an example of where you can help the players. You can help the players by voting on the poll and saying that the thing that they chose was indeed the thing that the Nilbog likes, or that's not what they like, and then they got to convince them. And then there's persuasion checks, and there's lying, and it's gonna be great. So remember to head on over to the Twitter, follow the Twitter. I'm going to post the poll as soon as this episode is done. We are going to post the poll, and once again, there will be a choice and this will be up for 2 weeks. So if you're watching on YouTube, it might still be up. The link will be in the bio, or the link will be in the description. Continue.
And remember, if we can't convince them to eat it, we can always force them to eat it.
That's absolutely true. And if that's something that you want to see, pick another option.
I do
That's
have
funny.
I do have the spell hold person.
Oh.
I also have command.
Listen, my friends,
Command.
I have
munch.
I have never been more engaged with my party members as I am right now. The thought of talking about delicious food, it really just brings a smile to my face, a fire underneath my pot. You guys, seasoning to my meal. Thank you for this thing.
Sathrin says, I wonder how he would feel if he had to purposely make the food foul.
I'm not sure that he. Whether the food is foul depends upon the palate of the one eating it, I would say. Sathrin wonders if it would be a problem for you if we discover that what you have to cook for the Nilbog is just incredibly disgusting.
That would be a hell of a challenge for a chef, wouldn't it?
That does not sound like something. He does not sound like fun guy. No.
No, that's what was in the stew last night.
Yes, I know. I will not.
Beat me
I
to
will
it.
not.
I
I will
see
not.
what you did there.
I will not do this thing.
I feel like we wasted another opportunity to ask her what to cook the Nilbog to get him to eat it. I feel like we missed a few good question opportunities there.
Just remain calm.
Questions
We'll do
to
with what we've
deities
done.
usually come with prices. I'm just saying.
I promise,
no,
with my expert skill, we couldn't have better luck.
We'll
I have
find
the
out.
utmost confidence.
You
As
should.
do I.
And if
You
we
have the
can't
utmost
convince him-
confidence in Twitter.
I
Sorry.
have never had the most confidence in Twitter, but we will see how that works.
I have confidence that at the very least, Brick can hold him still while Brooke forces some food down his throat. Their throat.
Its throat. Their throat.
I can do this thing.
Excellent.
And we're on our way to Yao, right? The whole time we've been kind of like.
Yeah.
So the snow, is it seasonal for snow or is it because we're in the mountains?
It is actually seasonal for snow.
I was just
so
curious.
we're moving. So for anyone who is watching, we're moving over since we just started this game, and I haven't given any geographical points at all. We're
Nope.
moving to Oblorn 3.0, which is my new map, and in that map, Yao changes drastically and is in the north, and it's actually a very cold area that nobody else really wanted to settle. So whenever the Dragonborn were like, we're gonna settle somewhere, that was the only place they really had to settle.
That works.
And it's in like there's like a curvature of the mountains, and it's in the basin of that little scoop of mountains where the giants have forbid anyone of medium size or smaller to enter, or else they'll kill you.
We saw what that got them.
Yeah.
Mind flayers and giants. Man, I'm excited.
So, as it snows on this early spring day, you make your way back over to the, city that is currently a bustle and, all movement. It is still into half of the city is in the side of the mountain. That is still a true fact. There is still a passage. Under the mountain, and that is the only way to get to that. The giants will allow you to get out of Yao because they surround Yao, kind of. So, as you make your way back into the territory of Yao, you are quickly inundated and you notice that there are far more children playing outside than you thought there were. There are far more children. And as you all
That makes me happy.
as you all come up to the entrance, a bunch of children are just approach you, and they seem to be somewhere between like 7 and 9, that kind of age range, and they're like, "Are you adventurers?"
That
No.
just straightens a bit.
Brick is cook.
Fireball. No.
One of the kids like lightly pulls on Chiron's tail. He's like, "What are you? What are you?
That's
What were
very
you-
sensitive.
What were you doing out there?"
We were making Yao safer for you.
And Dak, you feel one of the kids literally leap, and like your spidey senses tingle, and he clutches onto your back, because you're like almost the same height as him. Clutches onto your back, and he's like, wait, what did you say you guys were doing? Sorry. What did you say you guys were doing, Chiron?
Oh, I said we were making the town safer for you. That's what I said.
He clutches on and he looks at Dak and says, Did you kill the scary lady?
Dak with smile says, yes. Yes, we did.
She will never trouble this town again.
But you're so small. How did you kill the scary lady?
Well,
We worked together.
Dak will... Yes.
And
There's
I
a
will
rule
lean down.
I'll follow. And I think you should definitely learn it. And I want you to remember this lesson. Dwarven proverb
don't
number
forget.
1.
God.
We all should work together for a better world.
And I will lean down next to the just so I'm like within next to the kid's ear. Also, that one, he may be small, but he is mighty.
Wait, which one are you pointing to? Brooke or Dak?
I'm pointing to Dak.
Oh, Dak.
Mhm.
Is that a little Shakespeare in our D&D?
Maybe.
Another one comes over to Brooke and says, "Do you really know how to swing a sword?"
I'm almost imagining that like a bunch of the kids are like swarming Brooke because they think he's just another kid.
Yeah.
They're like, play with us, come play with us. Yeah, I know. I do know how to swing a sword. I'm just. Whoa! Don't pull it out. Don't take it out of the sheath. It stays in the sheath. This is dangerous.
Could you teach me how to swing a sword?
Like at some point maybe. I got so
Are we
much.
just getting
Yes,
like
he is the most
inundated by
experienced. He is the most experienced warrior, and he would. When we have time, he would love to regale you with tales and lessons on how he helped to kill the great evil woman of the mountain.
And guardian
Oh.
permission.
and I'm just like I'm gonna use minor illusion to create a 5 foot tall image of the scary lady that we killed, like right in the middle of all the kids, and be like,
What are you doing?
that's what we got for you.
One of the boys goes, "That's him!" or "That's her!" and then punches your illusion.
Just,
With that,
I'll go ahead and dismiss it when he punches it.
Yes.
Just like, see?
He stands there like,
Very proud
"What do you
of
want to
him.
say, Brick?"
Says,
That was my intent.
younglings, would you be interested in a treat?
A little girl who very clearly like has something else in her blood besides just like human. Because all the other kids are dragonborn, but this one like does a cartwheel and comes up in front of you, like stops you guys in your tracks. Like, what do you mean a treat?
Oh yes. So if you don't know, I am chef. So I make lots of treats and snacks and stuff for my companions here. If you're interested, I would love to give you a treat.
Give him some curry.
Oh dear.
Yes. What is it?
Do you like? It's probably a finger.
No.
Don't be a finger,
That's
Don't be a
there's
finger.
There's difference between delicious treat and appetizer.
Do
A
not
treat
give
to
little
be-
kids the
needs to
finger.
be- So he starts going through his satchel and he pulls out a skull that's upside down and has been like the bottom jaw part's been like lopped off and it's got like a leather wrap over it, and he pulls it open and it's full of sugar coated ears. And he says, "Listen, my friends, you try this. It is dried out, crispy, and sweet with a tinge of cinnamon. I promise you will love it."
Are you
A
sure
literal-
that is?
And it busts when you bites into it. It's like biting into an elephant ear. Barats.
Whenever you pull that out, the lizard folk boy that punched through the thing, he comes through. "I'm not afraid," and he grabs one and he's like, and he eats it. He's like, "Wait, this is actually good," and he eats the rest of it.
Yep, he starts. He's got a little bit that he's made.
Mordecai is just like mage handing his way through the crowd, just like pushing him out of the way so he can like get through. Like,
Just like urchins.
As you push the children out of the way, stepping out of the crowd, you see once again the very muscular, burly, not elderly, but like older man with the long white beard and white hair cut in a ponytail, Uskar.
Ah, look, that is it is Uska.
Yeah.
So it seems that you were successful.
In the
I'm
first
sure you
half
can
of our
tell.
mission, yes.
There was-
yes.
Completely
Very nice.
successful in
No
all
doubt.
tasks that we were gonna do. Yep.
We did not realize it was
there we
this
still have one
dire.
more.
Well, it sounds like you all had quite an adventure. All right, kids. Adults need to talk. And the lizard folk, all of the kids like start like, oh man, and like start coming off, and then the lizard folk kids like, I don't want to talk, I want to fight. And
Maybe someday when you are older, you will fight. You will fight for a righteous and good cause.
But until then, pretty peas, just go away. Take candy-coated ears in after time.
And remember that sometimes words can be more powerful than your fists.
That's very
Spells are more powerful than words.
hey, Kylan looks at you
Literally
guys.
weaponized words.
He like looks at you guys and then like munches on the ears like, meh, 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 and he like goes off.
Well, most spells are. Some don't have verbal.
Oh, yeah,
Moving
yeah.
on.
We're not gonna get into this.
And metaphysics.
So, what is your report?
The night hag will bother no one ever again.
And you retrieved an eye.
We did.
We did, yes.
Excellent. That sounds wonderful. We have the church, what's it called? The church kitchen. I forgot the word kitchen. The church kitchen all prepared for you to use with many ingredients, any ingredients that we could find. They are here, and they are our thank you to you for saving our children from the terrible night terrors that they had been having.
I just turned to Brick and just.
Yep, he's throwing on his stuff. He is ready to run. He point me in the direction of kitchen.
I will lead the way, and as he leads the way, he says,
And he takes off.
Uskar is the son of?
No, Uskar is the paladin who kind of runs the church.
Uskar is the former adventurer that like literally saved Oblorn once before from devils, who now has retired and lives in Yao and runs the church. And he is a Path of the Barbarian that is a zealot of Bolther, the god of law and
barbarian.
order.
As we're walking, I'm gonna kind of just walk next to him and be like, "Hey, quick side note: have you heard of this church in
Corinne?
That
a church to Cadidios and Mortuus.
To both of them, their sex temple, I guess, that has been overrun with.
Would we call it a sex temple? Is that what
my interpretation of what she said?
That's not.
I don't think that's what she said at all.
I have never wanted to make a person take damage for like fucking saying something stupid. This is the first time in my life that I'm like, take like fucking 10 points of damage. Like literally. You take psychic damage from Cadidios fucking with your brain because what the hell?
Whoa, isn't the whole sex dungeon conversation that got us into this discussion?
Oh my god, yeah, getting pregnant. Cadidios impregnating you. I remember that.
We got this job from the madam of a brothel.
Ooh, give me that psychic damage. So anyway, there's a temple we heard of that may or may not have an illithid problem, and I don't know if you either heard anything about it or maybe talk to someone, even just at the very least send some scouts and come back with some information, or there you go. There's what we
An
know.
illithid problem. Typically, the illithids contain themselves to the other continent, and the halflings and gnomes deal with them.
Yeah, we got it.
Where is Corinne? With regard to here.
Corinne is on the main continent. Oh, Corinne is south of you guys. Directly south of the mountains is Corinne.
Okay.
Did I just hear that the
So it is on
Millipeds
this
have an
continent.
army of gnomes? 'Cause that's
No.
what I heard.
That's not.
Wait a minute.
What?
Didn't she
No,
just say
there
that the gnomes
is-
deal with the mind flayers, which means there's an army of mind flayer controlled gnomes. They're asking me.
Yes.
That is awesome.
It is a well-kept. It is a
frightening.
well-known secret that there is another country. There are 3 countries on the other continent. It's the halflings, which are Vikings kind of thing, and then the gnomes, which I haven't decided yet. And then there's a then there's a middle ground that is, I believe it was like goblinoids, like hobgoblins, goblins, things like that. I'm waiting for Phasban to come out, to come out to see if I can find another humanoid kind of thing, like a Drake person. But that area, it's well known that they're actually a front, and the people who actually run that world, run that country, and like is that area are illithids. An elder brain runs that country and is in charge of that country. And so normally they all just stay over there, and like the halflings and the gnomes fuck with them, which does mean that they have like a gnome army and a halfling army. But what you guys are hearing is that they are on the main continent, which that's not normal.
That's not a
Yeah, I'm
good
gonna
thing at all.
share that information with him, saying
Uskar.
like, Uskar, thank you. We got it on pretty good authority that they have overrun this. Okay, I won't say sex temple, but whatever term you want to use. To them,
Temple?
you may want to. Yeah, I guess just normal temple. It's fine.
Chapel. What is wrong with the word chapel?
Chapel. Great
You
word.
mean to tell me that there are illithids on the main where did you get this information?
From Kadidios.
Literally straight from Kadidio.
And you believe it?
Oh, so long story short, we met Kadidios in person, and they told us that was happening. And as that, we take care of it for her. So I would assume that if she wanted us to handle the problem, she would send us in there with the most accurate information. But anyway, that's why I said maybe just like send a couple scouts out to find out and come back and let us know how that goes. So anyway, off to the kitchen.
Or she would send you to die as revenge. For her to seek revenge on you for entering her domain.
So send very careful
I
scouts.
don't know. I played a very nice song
Yeah,
for
I
her.
think we
and
made
she
a
seemed
pretty
to
good
really,
impression.
She seemed to really
I
like
would
it.
say she
I
would
nice.
definitely not send Badrusi to die.
I would not be so quick to trust Kadidios, but the idea of any sort of temple being overrun by any sort of being causes me concern. I will raise this with my compatriots in Corinne and see if I cannot investigate further. Thank you.
It is at least worth that.
Yes. Do be careful.
As you guys enter into the church and head over to the kitchen, you see a large kitchen inundated with many different items that you have not been able to use in a long time, like a tortilla press and like many things that you have had to just make do are now in this kitchen at your disposal. Uskar kind of looks at you and says, "Now, I will have to go and fetch the ingredients for you. What particularly do you need? What are you trying to make? Goblins tend to like meaty and hearty and gamey substance."
Ersik Lowlanders, this is excellent day, I promise. So, I have perfect idea. All
Okay.
meat shepherd's pie.
Wait.
But remember, it's the opposite of goblins. So you
Maybe.
may want to go with like
Maybe.
yeah, potentially shit.
That's the
we don't know for
problem.
sure.
Sathrin isn't sure.
Maybe make
Quinoa
multiple.
pie
So
with
maybe
an
I
eyeball.
make
a couple
both.
of different things.
I
Yeah,
make
yeah.
fruit pie. I make meat pie.
Well,
I
we
make
have one
delicious
eyeball.
pies.
So
We have
the
one eyeball.
problem
Does it have to eat the whole?
is how do we get the eye and the ingredient? Because I don't think it's gonna eat it if we go up to it and say, "What do you like to eat?" And it says, "I like to eat this," and they say, "Be right back."
Yeah, cool.
Then we just shove an eye inside it.
So what I do now? Listen, hear me out. So you may not be able to comprehend the complexity of the craft of being a connoisseur of all things delicious. But listen, I can easily saute and melt the eye and turn it into a sort of glaze to go over the top.
That sounds disgusting, but okay.
But, okay, so
I'm
I agree. That's not a bad idea. But remember, you just listed 4 different kinds of pie that you want to make. You're going to have to pick one.
Yes.
Sathan says, I'm incredibly sorry to interrupt you, Chiron, in your discussion, but I do want to let you know that I do believe the entire eye has to be consumed.
Yes, I was afraid you were going to say that.
So then, can we
So
dice it up?
the entire eye must be consumed. So if you were to cut the eye into small pieces, he would have to eat all of it. Even if you disperse the pieces throughout the pie, then he'd have to eat the whole pie.
That's fine. We make small pie.
So we can't split it among several dishes. Is
Like a pot
what
pie.
I'm saying. We'd have to put all of
We
our
have to get
eyes
it
in
right.
one basket, I guess.
Yeah,
see-
literally.
That's a nice
I
one as
see
well.
what you did. That's a very good one. A little
So-
weird though.
Brick, we're trusting you to pick the one dish that a Nilbog, a creature none of us have experience with, would like to eat and get it correct.
He turns to
What could go
Mordecai.
wrong?
He turns to Mordecai and says, "My friend Mordecai, you are wise one, are you not?"
It depends on who you ask, but I'll sure.
He instantly turns to Dak. Dak, Mordecai is the wise one, correct?
I believe Mordecai is more intelligent than wise.
I would agree with this.
I would
No,
say if
no.
you weren't looking for
I do
wisdom,
not know the difference of the two. What is difference? I do not understand this thing.
wisdom
If
is
you
more
need-
about common sense. Intelligence is about a thirst for knowledge and how much you know.
If
Well,
you
there's one
need
thing I know,
someone,
it's about
You
being
know,
thirsty.
wisdom is how you use it.
if you need someone that is wise, I can call Liu in. Liu is a very wise man.
I mean, I might be able to field this question.
So okay, well let us decide as friends then. There is a library in town that we visited, correct?
Yes, that does not have spell scrolls. No big deal.
Obviously, but could it have any information that we can use to determine historical information in regards to the diet of the
Of a
Nilbog?
Nilbog?
Yes.
Now, if I remember correctly, didn't we go there looking for?
We did
I
not
don't,
go there
I don't
specifically-
remember why we went there. I'm
I know we
sorry.
split up.
You
in there.
actually went there
Okay,
looking for information for the Nilbog, and nobody could find any.
We
Okay,
didn't
okay.
get much.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'd say we split up, but did anybody in the group actually find information on it?
Very, very
No.
little.
Very little, yeah.
So then, if we know that the Nilbog is the opposite of goblins, could we then look up information on goblin diets?
Well, Uskar just told us what goblins like to eat.
Well, he said they like to eat meaty stuff.
Very gamey, meaty things, yes.
So a
So-
Specifically.
vegetarian dish?
But that can be prepared in so many different ways, my friend.
For the
So
love of the shadow.
so if we want to make it, it's not just cut up steak and season it, though that can be delicious. They must have a favorite style of dish. They must like it prepared a specific way.
Is there a goblin expert in this city? I don't even like.
Tanis?
Tanis is a
Tanis.
goblin.
We could.
I
speak
like
to
how you
Tannis.
forgot that your own. I was literally waiting. I was just sitting here. I was literally like sitting here, like, okay, like, is anyone gonna? Is anyone gonna?
We can go to a goblin. He says, maybe we send somebody go talk to Tannis or bring Tannis here.
Bringing him here would not be a good idea.
Well,
Probably
no,
not.
Not yet.
Why
We
would
did
that be a
promise him that
problem?
we'd get him into the museum, but that's another.
I mean, no, we didn't.
collectively we didn't.
Ignore what he just said.
Who is this Tannis?
Not important right this moment.
He's
a
just
good
some
friend
guy.
of ours
He's
that,
just some guy.
Well,
may
if
be able
if
to
it
help
is a
in this
if
situation.
it is a goblin that can help, if you say, we can make some arrangements. It wouldn't be
Excellent.
that big of a deal. I don't
He's
believe.
a goblin then.
Yes,
Yes, he's a goblin.
Oh yeah,
If it's not a problem, then yes.
Alex, real quick, what was the travel time from us? Like, if I wanted to like run to Tannis and come back real quick, how long would that take?
A couple hours.
It's like 3 hours out and 3 hours back.
Shit.
you can do
I'm
this
not
thing.
running.
There's got to
I
be
can-
horses here.
My strength is like a -1, so I'm assuming I cannot run fast. Yeah, if I can get a horse, I can.
So I don't know.
You see one of the scouts, one of the people that follows Uskar around, kind of like go over to Uskar and like, wait a moment.
Oh, he's right outside the gates, isn't
Does
Does
this
the fucking hat not know?
does this goblin have like
he? Almost certainly, but go on.
peppery red and silver hair and also many useless magic items?
Yes.
That would be him. Yes.
He is currently in our jail.
Get
What
the-
did he do?
Yes.
So
What
his magic items are unguarded? Okay, different issue.
I appreciate your focus. However, what did he do?
I will be right back.
I'll be
He
back in 6 hours.
Oh, by the stars.
he was attempting to force a woman to cry, to gather her tears for a spell.
Did she
Oh,
agree
that's-
to it?
That's
She did not
force.
agree to it.
That's
the word force
definitely
was
a-
mentioned, so I would imagine no.
Okay, so we leave him in jail, but we ask him questions, or do we want to? We're not going to spring this, right?
No, he did bad thing.
Yeah.
He can stay behind bars.
Even I know the importance of consent. We could we could go question him on this and be like, "We help you get out later."
I will start preparing meal and dishes and getting the variety of
Yeah.
tools that I may need and start brainstorming ideas for
Shit, he
dishes.
doesn't like me. I threatened him, so I cannot be the one.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah,
Chiron or Brooke or Dodger or literally anybody but me.
He likes me.
I
Well,
was
then go.
100% going to report him to the guards the second we got back to town. And I had no moment.
Brick, I'm gonna throw an apron on. I'm gonna help you, and I'll let them figure out the.
It's not my fault he has good taste in those he
He-
trusts.
He turns to Mordecai and says, "Excellent, I could use 3 more hands."
Mage hand it out.
Oh. I was actually confused. That's fantastic. well done.
I'm right there with you.
That's
Aye.
fucking teamwork.
So who all is going to go? Who all is going to go? Show of hands. Show of hands.
BRB.
I'll
I'll
talk
go
to
and talk
Tannis.
to him. To Tannis
Okay.
as well.
I'm going to stay and help cook because Dak also got the feeling that Tannis does not like him.
Yeah, Tannis doesn't like you that much.
Tannis loves me.
Um,
He said something about having vision. I don't know.
So you all are led by one of the guards. Uskar stays behind. You are led by one of the guards over into the mountain once again to the left, which is actually the area that is more militaristic and like army kind of stuff, and into a back room once again, where you see quite a sizable jail. But in another room, there is a smaller area for more minor issues, and that is where Tanis is currently being held, along with a human who is very confused as to why they are there. And whenever the guard like passes by, they're like, "Excuse me, I don't understand. I really don't. What did I do? I don't know." And as you pass by him, you see Tanis, and Tanis is, "Oh, good. Thank God. Get
Master
me."
Kiro,
Hello. Yes.
what have you done?
What have you gotten yourself into?
And you see like the liver spots on him, and like all the you see a little more now that he's like very gaunt and very like he doesn't look as good as you thought he looked the first time. Like now that you've seen him in like plain clothes, like just prisoner clothes, they took all of my yeah, they took all of my items from me. I am not pleased.
What
Well,
did you do?
we were informed that there was some kind of gross consent violation.
I needed tears, and she wouldn't cry. I didn't hurt her. I didn't touch her.
You've not done much to sort of convince us there, Dennis, I'll be honest.
I needed tears.
Well,
Cry for
it
me.
seems to be more beneficial with you lot to be more honest than, lie.
Well, fair enough.
What
I'm
if
not
you're
sure.
in the honesty game.
Why do you,
Question
why,
for you.
why do you need tears?
Because I was working on something in particular, and the thing in particular that I needed, the thing that in particular that I was working on, according to the book, needed tears from a woman.
Why do tears from a woman?
What book?
Yeah, it's not a spell component that I am familiar with.
It would not be a spell component that most people would be familiar with. This is a very peculiar book that I happen to get my hands on.
Which book?
I too am curious.
I'm not 100% sure what the title is, but it is a book of different spells, off-moral spells, as you might call it.
Off moral.
Off-moral.
Why am I not there?
Oh dear.
Oh, that's a new one. I love it.
Insight's terrible. I wanted to see if he was full of shit about not remembering the title of the book, and I rolled a 9 on my insight.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm much better at lying than detecting them. I'm real fucking good at lying. I just haven't had to do it yet. Tanis. I'm not certain we can get you out of this.
You must.
Well, perhaps if they, because I assume are like some of the guards still like present.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps if you show them that you're going to cooperate with us in the furtherance of the thing that we are here to do, maybe we could put in a good word, and they would see that you could be a what's the word? I really can't find the word. Asset. That is the word that I was looking for. An asset to us in this time of their need.
Well, in my time, rotting away down here with none of my items, I have a thought. You see, I want the Nilbog out of my way so that I can become the leader of the goblins, and then they will finally do what I ask. Now, I've grown a little too large. I've grown a little too grand for the cave that I am currently residing in. So if you get me out, I will promise to claim throne of the goblins and leave. Yeah.
Well, one thing at a time. And I'll make sure that they know that that is your plan. Is to vacate the area with all of the goblinoids you can muster. Fair?
And my items fair.
I'll see what I can do. More importantly, well, not more importantly, what we need at the moment is we are constructing this, well, Brick is toiling away, getting ready to construct this dish that we are going to attempt to feed the Nilbog. And we need to make certain it's something that it would want to eat.
Well,
It's very important. Because if this fails, it could go very badly. And then you wouldn't be able to just walk in and take over, now would you?
that would be a problem.
That would be a tragedy.
He has a wonderful point.
Yes, he does. Thank you.
What? Well,
As the
Nilbogs
kids would say,
are...
game recognized game.
Nilbogs are backwards goblins. Everything is backwards
Indeed.
to them. But they are also incredibly chaotic. They are incredibly chaotic and incredibly...
Unpredictable.
Yes. So, most of us delight in receiving something crunchy and meaty. Bone or bone marrow or tendons or something of the sort. Something we can really sink our teeth into.
Yes, excellent.
So, he would either want something completely inedible or something mushy and sweet. Or perhaps he will be insane and chaotic this day and choose something that doesn't have any meat in it at all, but is still not sweet, because that is the opposite of a goblin, and some goblins do enjoy sugar.
Okay, you're not being helpful.
Not
This is
even
just-
a little bit.
These are all of the same options we already had.
Well, I don't know. I am not a Nilbog expert. Why don't you go watch him?
Insight check.
Okay, go for it.
Please be better than me.
Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it.
Mother Hufford!
Yeah.
Did you
Natural
think-
20.
Nice, nice, nice.
That is... Dude, you are crushing it!
I don't know how.
Merry
So-
Christmas!
so-
I mean, it's not the same, but still.
So he, whenever he says, like, why don't you go watch it, you, like, see his face change, like, oh my god, that was the most genius idea ever. Yes, that is a great idea. Yes, that is a great idea. Why don't you go observe from a high vantage point? Don't you have a little flyy thing? Go observe from a high vantage point what sort of things he eats.
Fair enough.
Seems
If I was to
believe that
guess-
This is a novel idea, in fact.
If I was to guess what he'd prefer, I would say, with my short amount of time with the little bugger, I would say something sweet and mushy, or something completely unedible.
Again,
Okay.
it's just the...
No, but that's but he's right, and perhaps. We could also. I do have the ability to make people invisible.
Huh.
Reconnaissance
That would be
could
useful.
reconnaissance could prove very valuable in this case.
Who has the best stealth in the party?
Brick.
It is definitely not me.
Mine is not terrible, and I have the invisibility spell. Incidentally, I'm actually proficient in stealth.
Dak, you muted.
Dak his is +5. He just isn't
Slightly better.
proficient in it because
Yeah.
that's cowardly.
So yeah, slightly better than mine.
Much better than mine.
Yeah.
I could also make Leopold invisible.
Can I was gonna say, can we make Leopold invisible? Go.
Well,
Hey, he's a creature.
the target is a creature you touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely make Leopold visible.
I just have to concentrate, and it only lasts an hour.
Is there a range?
No. Well, the range to cast it is touch,
Okay.
and then after that, anything the target is wearing is also invisible. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. Like that's it.
That is clever as hell, you guys. Doing it on the bat.
It's like an invisible bat familiar.
Yeah, that's fucking fantastically clever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that.
I have my moments. All right, so, all right. Tanis, behave yourself, please, and we will see what we can do. If this works out, this could be very good for you, and we will do what we can.
I will do my best.
Excellent.
Excuse me.
All right then. Technoclave. Newman Visibat.
Do you guys want to head back to the
Yeah, back to the kitchen.
Cool.
Yes.
You head back to the kitchen, and there is clinking and clanking and all going around.
So the short version is we're not sure what to feed it yet. However, if we could perhaps borrow Leopold when he's done with the errand that you sent him on.
Yeah, I don't know how long that would take. DM?
Quite some time.
Yeah. He has been flying for
You muted.
I could.
You just cut out.
Oh.
But
Yeah, you cut
He's
out.
been flying for
I don't know.
a while.
However long we walked back, and I could just call him back, and we can go the message that it happened at another time. Wait, how far does the message spell go?
Not that far.
All right.
If it were sending, that would be something else. But it's
The message spell goes 120 feet. So
Not quite another city away. All right.
yeah,
I'm thinking of
not
sending.
a block away.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
you're thinking of sending.
Librarians are wizards.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
Do you think perhaps any of the librarians, they are around books of magic? Would any of them possibly be wizards? You might be able to ask them if they would mind us using one of their familiars.
We could try, but I will point out that the fact that spell books or spell scrolls makes me think that not be. We could always run over there and ask. Somebody can go.
Well,
or I'm sure somebody here would know, right? This big-
But then, because you're familiar, you can see through it.
Yeah. I looked
that's
through
the
it.
important thing.
yes.
Do I want to call him back?
We
Where
can
did you
always
send
send them.
them?
We can always resend the message.
Yeah, I just said
No,
him to
we
go
could
talk
send.
to
We could
him.
just pay a courier at this point.
You could probably just get Uskar to do it.
Sure. So I'm bringing him back.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's the move.
So I'll poof, and Leopold just like mid-flight, suddenly not going anymore.
Just falls a foot.
I'll telepathically give him the gist of what's going on, untie the letter, and be like, "Sorry."
Take a breather, young man. You'll need a moment.
Also, I mean, it's a bat at night. Do we need to cast invisibility? I guess it wouldn't
Safer than
hurt.
sorry.
I just think it's a cool
but-
plan, and now I'm invested.
So, I literally do not know how fast bats fly, but if it's a 3-hour walk and your spell, the invisibility spell only lasts
That was
for an hour.
Titanus's cave.
Where-
It's 3
oh,
hours to Titanus's cave.
It's another
Where's
hour
the-
to the Nilbog.
Oh, another hour
hour.
past Titanus's cave?
Bat fight.
How fast would it take for? I know a bat isn't gonna fly as fast as like a hawk.
Actually,
I could-
bats fly as fast as we walk.
So 4 hours.
Well,
However, a hawk or a bird of prey of whatever type would fly faster.
You're
Yeah.
thinking what I think you're thinking.
I'll just turn him into a hawk.
Yeah.
also, here's one other thing. We can just go part of the way with him, with the hawk. Like, we just walk part of the way to the Nilbog's lair, not close enough to be like spotted or engage with them. We find a small spot, you cast your spell, and we send it flying.
Yeah.
The hawk has
That
a
works,
60-foot fly speed, which is twice the speed of our movement. So
Yeah, are we? How
Gives you
worried are we about
metric.
time at this point?
We're not on a time limit for this so much, are we? Just I mean,
Yeah,
Done,
but like,
Well,
if we, if we
people-
want to get it,
People are being hurt.
People
so-
are dying, so they are pillaging and raiding, but there's not like an assault mounting or anything.
then I mean, we should probably maybe do the hawk thing to just save time. That seems like a pretty solid approach.
I agree with this. Give me what it is I need to make so I can get cooking.
Saves
so
us having to travel.
if somebody can get me a horse, I can ride close to the place, or Chiron and I can both ride closer.
I think it
Um,
might be safer to walk.
Well, we can like ride close and then get off, like 30 minutes away, hop off the horse, send the hawk, then he's invisible the whole time and come back.
Well, wouldn't that defeat the point of sending a hawk instead of the bat? If you're going like, 3.5 hours of the way there already.
What, 3.5 hours for the hawk to fly? We'd have to get a lot closer for the bat to fly that 30.
Right, but you're talking about traveling 3.5 hours of the way there yourself, right?
Yes. Well, minus the fly time of the.
And it'd be less time if we rode.
I'll tell you what.
This
We
is
will
a
go
long
ahead. We will go ahead and end the episode now. We can discuss it. We can all discuss it in Discord. We can either make a time for all of us to meet, or we can obviously just discuss it in
chat,
stuff.
yeah.
Because it has been 3 hours, so I do
It
want to
has.
make sure. This was incredibly fun. I'm
was a lot,
hoping
yeah.
that everybody had fun.
Yeah. It's an
Yes.
unladen hawk too. Don't forget. So what's the fly time of an unladen hawk?
Hold on a minute, Alex. We got to keep this going for
You need the European swallowed. Actually.
Yes.
Is it carrying coconuts? Is it carrying
Yeah.
coconuts?
Yeah,
I
carrying-
need to know.
Does he have 2 coconuts?
Why would he be carrying coconuts? It's an immigrational bird.
That
Alex is
was
like-
a hell of an episode. I thought that was incredibly fun.
That was my favorite.
I had a good
episode
time.
so far.
That was a
Really?
fantastic time.
Yeah. Do you guys know that we have actually made it past 80% of shows that start?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
80% of what?
I saw that statistic. If you make it to episode 7, you have made it past 80% of shows.
Jeez, most people fall out before then.
Yeah,
Nice.
most people like the show just they stop. They just stop. Of course, thank you so much for everyone who is there, who is here. Of course, you will still get to, I guess I'll post the thing next week. I guess I'll post the, once you guys know, I'll post it this week, and then everyone can decide, and then I can have time to plan. So, let me just go ahead and I totally forgot to, oops. I had the wrong, wait. What do I want? What was y'all's favorite part?
Badru's song.
Oh man,
Oh man, that
was
amazing.
sick.
Yep.
It was real good.
I did not expect to crit that. That was
It was real good.
Even just negating the roll, the description was perfect.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
exactly what we need.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
That's my inspiration, right to Badru and Dak. That was
All right, you want to go ahead and
Perfecto.
start us, Mordecai? You want to
Dropping the
say
beat.
who the fuck you
that
are?
that thing that. Yeah, for sure. That goes to I'm gonna take the easy one, Badru and Dak for the just super amazing song. The description of the song was great. Having both play it, the crit roll was perfect. Yeah, for sure.
It was meant to be.
All right,
It was.
Badru, you can shout yourself out, shout out everything that you're doing.
Oh yeah, I don't do anything. This and TikTok are my only platform. So I love you guys. That's it. I'm just a dad.
I am going to shout out Dak and Mordecai, actually. Mordecai for keeping to like the dark, kind of shady side of things with like, no, I want this evil thing. I really want this evil thing. What do I need to do to get this evil thing? And also his treatment of the way he stayed in character for the children, and he was like, no, I don't. I just can't. I don't. This is
Ew.
Which is so funny because he has a small child.
Like
Like, that's why it was even funnier. It's not just that you have a kid, it's that you have a small child right now.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh.
And
Just
Dak
each handing your way through.
Ooh.
and Dak for the brilliant accompaniment, like not just with like the horn, but like busting out like the backing vocals in the Celestial. Because you mentioned it, and then I forgot that you also spoke Celestial, and then you mentioned that, I was like, oh shit, that's right.
That was a dope touch. I agree.
So yeah, that's my those are my inspirations. You can find me on TikTok at CircleDM. You can find me here with Alex on every other Friday. On the Fridays that I'm not doing that, you can find me on 88 Adventures, running Agents of the Circle, which is my homebrew Eberron game. Saturdays playing with 88 Adventures, playing Heroes Arc. On Tuesdays with Dinner and a Game, playing Emerald Sanctums, which is our open world World of Darkness game. And Wednesdays with Dinner and a Game, playing Kingdoms of Mist, which is our homebrew D&D 5e campaign.
All right, you want to go, Lion?
Sure. My shout out is going to go for Brick. I legitimately loved the elephant ears.
Thanks.
That was such a perfect way to like interact with kids. Like I was like, that can't argue with that, and it's so good. Cause like is this right or not? I don't know, and I love that.
They liked it too.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
can just find me on TikTok. I put the power in Rangers. I post sporadically, but mostly D&D content. I have been just spreading out to other nerdy content.
Awesome. Justin?
I'm Justin. I want to give my inspiration to the small person that moved my heart tonight. Brooke, you, I think, Brick has found a partner,
Beautiful.
and I'm so happy for him. Like, it's so funny. One of the things that I've wanted somebody to take interest in what he loves, even though I know it's meant to be disgusting to everyone else. So when that happened as a player, I was like super like gung ho. So thank you for that. Even though you were trying to stop me just from making a deal with a devil woman.
I almost like that Brooke seems like the most unlikely candidate to agree to do something disgusting. Even in the moment, he's like, I'm very squeamish.
Turtle is sand, not friend.
I
just
really
gotta
appreciated it.
I just gotta say, Justin and Brooke, Justin and Jack, I really, really, really loved what happened to your faces whenever I said he turned black and then he turned into sand and then they swallowed him and then there was a pulse of black through the. Oh my god! It was like that was so satisfying as a DM. Just see your faces, just be like just every time I said another step of the joining happened, your face got progressively more terrified. It was just beautiful.
Oh my god.
It was great.
I literally picture Brooke just like trying to scoop him back up as it just falls through his sand.
My name is Justin Hamlin. I am the host of the Dungeons & Dragons talk show Crit Academy. You can find us live on YouTube every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. In 2 days, we're going to be talking creating and running mini games in your tabletop RPGs. So we're excited for that. I also am a publisher. We've got a Kickstarter launch right now, Extraordinary Expeditions. Please consider checking it out. You can pick up a free sample, The Far-Touched Adventure. If it's something that tickles your dice and you enjoy it, please consider becoming a backer or sharing the Kickstarter with your friends. So, thank you.
Yay. And Jack,
Hi.
you get to
I'm
give
Jack.
inspiration to me, I think.
I was gonna give inspiration to Chiron, not to shoot you down, Alex, but
Oh, Jesus. Fucking Christ.
buddy.
Oh, I forgot about Chiron. I forgot that Chiron hadn't gotten inspiration. Sorry.
It's
I
okay.
didn't, because I'm a true homie.
Oh, it's fucked up.
Oh damn!
I am giving it to Chiron, like, for just how like relentlessly funny he is. All the dealing with just the most irritating characters, like Tannis, and just the way that you play it, Dom, is so relentlessly hilarious to me.
I appreciate that. I do.
It's so good. And then yeah, I'll give sure, Alex, you can have an inspiration.
Yeah, round of inspiration.
Justin, try
Come
again.
on.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
I was distracted by the conversation and forgot that went through. I'm mad. I want to give I would like to give Alex inspiration as well because she deserves it.
Yeah, today was good.
Always. It was fantastic.
It was amazing.
So
Our storyteller.
but I am Dominic. I am on the talk mostly. I haven't really been doing as much lately. I'm trying to get back to it. That's really. So as far as my inspiration, seriously, seeing the floating goddamn quill come down from.
Oh my god, yes.
Like
That's
the first time I saw that, I was like, "Is that?" Because I'm such a prop nerd to begin with when it comes to stuff. Like I just, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. That made, yeah. I mean, there's a lot that made my night, but like, yeah.
I genuinely was hoping I could do that for 4 sessions with no thing, and then reference it at some point, but Eagle Eyes couldn't get it past.
Yeah,
me.
it was so good.
Are you doing an after show?
Yes, we're gonna be over on my Twitch for the after show and also on the talk. Yeah, I've been on the talk this whole time. But yeah, we're gonna be over. We're gonna have the after party over on my my Twitch. So it's gonna be a good time. Ow.
Yay! And that's the show.
But yeah, thank you, Alex.
Yeah, of course. Please make sure to head over to the Twitter and drop a follow. Oh, I should probably like shout myself out.
Yes, have some.
How do I do that? Socials. Hi, I'm Alex. I make TikToks and also do streams on Twitch. But my streams on Twitch are basically we just sit around and talk. It's not really a stream. I just hide in the D&D section to hide from the creepers in the just chatting section because a lot of creepers come into just chatting women's streams. So yeah, we basically talk about D&D, talk about anything, vibe, have a good time. And then on Mondays, I have my Lurk and Work stream, which is where I play. So like one of the ways that I use streams is that I play a video game. I play, or the way that I do it is that I have something to do, right? And so I'll put on a stream and I'll lurk in the stream and listen to it while I'm doing work. So what this is like, if you have no obligation to talk, you have no obligation to say hi, you can just put this shit on Mondays. You can just put it on and work and do your little project. And I'm gonna play Persona 5 Royal, which is my favorite game. Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 I watched, and it's my favorite game of all time. So we're playing Persona 5 Royal. Super excited. Yeah, and I do TikTok. And I will be at Emerald City Comic Con in December in Seattle, which is super exciting. And I want to meet you. So come and we can have fun.
When is that in December?
December 12th through the 15th?
Sounds about
I
right.
think it's the 2nd through the 5th.
I always think it's wrong. It's the 2nd through the 5th, but I always think it's the 12th through the 15th.
Oh, that
Because
makes sense.
I can't.
Yeah, it's the week before. That's the week before PAX Unplugged, which is going to be in Philadelphia, which I will be at.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2nd through the 5th.
Aw.
I'm on the
I
website
need to
now.
get my ass up to some more conventions, man.
And finally, join the Discord. Did I misspell it?
Do it now.
Yes.
Do it now.
Join the Discord.
What are you waiting for?
All right. Don't
It's really
forget.
good.
I'm gonna go ahead and post the thing on Twitter. Do not forget to vote in the thing on Twitter. I love your faces, and we still need an outro. Goodbye, everybody.